On a picture-perfect Saturday afternoon, Elon football gets back to work following the On a picture-perfect Saturday afternoon, Elon football gets back to work following the 7th October open date in the last 9 seasons and the earliest since the 2014 season. With Dr. Kyrie Walker, I'm Taylor Durham. You'll hear from Hannah Brady on the Elon sideline in just one moment. All right, let's talk about the Phoenix. Head coach Tony Trisciani has talked throughout the week a program reset. Kyrie, they've been really good in this spot. They've won 6 straight following the open date.
Yeah, I think it's one of the biggest things for the Phoenix, being home the last month and not having the levels of success that they're accustomed to. This is a needed and a necessary time for them to sit back and reset. Offensive coordinator Drew Fulmer even said, just getting away from everybody and really getting back to the basics of Elon football. This is an opportunity to start the second half of their season. Like Coach said yesterday in our call, this is a great chance for this team to still do everything that they're capable and wanting to do.
9th meeting all-time UNH in town. The Wildcats, winners of 3 out of their last 4 and ranked 22nd by the media. They come in after having lost 28-23 in Cambridge, Massachusetts last Friday night to Harvard. A ball game that they led 10-0, but don't forget, they've won 3 of the last 4. They'll start the day one of 4 unbeaten teams in this league.
Yeah, one thing about New Hampshire is that they've always had a good level of success, and they play really, really well, really complimentary football, especially on the offensive end. This year we're seeing a little bit more throw game rather than the ground and pound that we've seen in the past, but they are very capable of taking advantage of any opportunities. Elon may be a little bit more athletic, but I'll tell you right now, New Hampshire plays clean football, they play together, and they complement in each phase of the game.
You mentioned a little bit more of the throw game. Perfect place to start for our players to watch. And Seth Morgan stands in 34 of 47 on Friday night versus the Crimson. Last 3 ball games, 12 touchdowns and no picks.
Morgan's just taking advantage of the opportunities. He's utilizing his skill players. They're not always going for the home run. They'll take those short throws, their intermediate throws, and allow for their athletes to make plays. Morgan has done that and done that well. He is the key for the New Hampshire offense.
It'll be an either-or situation for the Phoenix at quarterback. It's either Matthew Downey or Jack Salopek. Whomever it is has got to at some point rely on a Phoenix run game. Rashawn Baker's averaging almost 6 yards per carry the last 2 games.
Rashawn Baker's going to be a huge part of this offense going forward. Just as we talked about in our production meeting, really looking at the fire and ice kind of balance between him and TJ Thomas, but then also the quarterback position, whoever it is, utilizing the playmakers on the outside. They have an opportunity to really open up that run game by making New Hampshire stay honest and allowing for the run lanes to open up for the offensive line to dominate.
Second New Hampshire visit to the north end of one of the nation's most beautiful campuses in the last 7 years. You'll hear from Hannah Brady on the Elon sideline next. This is Elon football from Elon Sports Vision and Flow Sports.
We all have our own way of getting business done. You know how to wow them. We know how to help turn your big ideas into reality.
Loved your plan to expand the business. Here's what I can do.
Atlantic Union Bank. Any way you bank.
Some things in life are hard. Buying a car shouldn't be one of those things. And that's why more and more people are choosing Modern Toyota in Winston-Salem. Modern makes it easy with over 900 new Toyotas to choose from. And you'll always get our lowest possible price. The friendly staff at Modern will help you choose the right Toyota for your needs. And our simplified paperwork makes it easy. We'll even deliver your new Toyota straight to your door. Get started today at moderntoyota.com.
Experience the Modern difference.
We all have our own way of getting business done. You know how to wow them. We know how to help turn your big ideas into reality.
Loved your plan to expand the business. Here's what I can do.
Atlantic Union Bank. Any way you bank.
You could not pick a better weather day for the Phoenix to open up the month of October on the working Saturday calendar after the open date last Saturday as Elon welcomes in New Hampshire to close out this 4 straight home games over a 5-week span. Let's introduce you to the third member of our broadcast team. Hannah Brady's down on the Elon sideline. Hannah, when Monday morning dawned, the Phoenix depth chart said either or with regards to the quarterback spot. Downing or Salopek. Head coach Tony Trisciani and offensive coordinator Drew Fulmer have made their call this afternoon.
Yeah, Taylor, Jack Salapak getting the start at QB1 for the Phoenix today after showing flashes of offensive promise in the game against Richmond. I spoke to offensive coordinator Drew Formore earlier this week, and he told me that Jack gets reps with the ones every week because you never know when he's going to be that next man up. And this week in practice, both Salapak and Matthew Downing were getting equal reps in practice and preparing to start today. But with Matthew Downing experiencing some injuries this week, Salapak got the official nod for the starting job today. And now Salapak has experience in college football. He spent the past 4 seasons at Western Michigan, and it's only fitting that his first time starting for the Phoenix today is against a team, New Hampshire, who he had a career day throwing 252 yards for 3 touchdowns. So he is going to be a key for today. Just a new opportunity for the Phoenix to find some new offensive rhythm after a much needed week to regroup and reset, guys.
Hannah, thanks so much. With Kyrie Walker, I'm Taylor Durham. 15th in total offense in the CAA, 16th in scoring offense in the league. You went through this a little bit in 2010 in Charleston, not with regards to the performance on the field. Scott Riddle, though injured, did not start, did not play. Thomas Wilson subbed in and got the win. What's the most important thing right now that guys around Jack may do to help him?
I think the thing is they just have to make the plays that they're capable of making. They don't necessarily have to be Superman today. They just have to take advantage of the opportunities, make the plays that they're capable of making, make the drives, be consistent. Good things are going to happen.
New Hampshire has won the toss and has deferred their option to the second half. If you hear the voice of our referee this afternoon and Paul Matt Overton. So Jack Salapak in this Phoenix offense becomes the center stage attraction in the opening moments of the ball game. As you look at Brooke Buffington with the National Merit Donor Program out there for the coin toss as well. Brooke and Hannah Brady will visit at the Hampton Farms halftime report. Phoenix have lost 3 straight. Western, East Tennessee State, and then Richmond. Kyrie, since leading the Catamounts 14-3, Phoenix have not only lost 3 straight, but they've lost the last 2 without having a chance to lead at any point in the ballgame. That's why head coach Antoni Trisciani was adamant throughout the week. Start fast is the key on both sides.
I mean, I really like what I'm seeing so far. For the first time in 4 home games, CD, I just see energy on the sideline. We haven't necessarily seen that, so that's nice to see. And I think he's trying to put a statement out there. He's trying to tell the offense, we need you. This is their chance to get going. But this New Hampshire team, they play really good disciplined football. And they're coming off a loss against Harvard where they didn't play to their standard. And they're going to come out, they're going to play fast, they're going to play physical, but they're going to be where they're supposed to be. So the Phoenix and their playmakers are going to have to help Jack out in order to walk out of here with a victory today.
Nick Mazie will boot it away for New Hampshire. Mazie, the junior from out of Boxford, Massachusetts, and away we go. On the second Saturday in October, as Chandler Brayboy will call for the fair catch opportunity, and so the Phoenix will begin first down and 10 at their own 25 for Jack Salapak, the 4th-year junior from out of Irwin, Pennsylvania, 4 years at Western Michigan. Kyrie mentioned that he's had some action, including 10 starts and threw a total of 8 touchdown passes. He threw his first as a member of the Phoenix last Saturday, 2 weeks back in the loss to Richmond when he found T.J. Thomas in the end zone. Speaking of the freshman from out of Thomasville, Georgia, he'll start off of the right hip of Salapak. Play action, looking to throw on the opening snap and finds Brayboy into Wildcat territory. Chandler will stumble just a bit, but takes it to the 44-yard line in a game by my math of 31 on the opening snap.
I love that play call because one thing about New Hampshire with Silver and Ruiz on the end, they play fast, they play very aggressive. You want to neutralize their speed by getting the quarterback out of the pocket and allowing him to utilize some space, and then that's where Chandler Brayboy could be really dangerous today, open and running free in the middle of the field.
Salapak, the long snap count. Kevin Burkett, the Gatlinburg, Tennessee native, out over the football. Handoff given to Thomas, and TJ will find his way to the 40-yard line, the 39-yard line on second look. Gain of 5 on the play for Thomas, who comes in as the 9th best back in the CAA at 366 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think one thing with TJ Thomas and this Elon offensive line, they know they have a challenge with the defensive front that definitely has some size and probably coming in with some confidence watching the Phoenix over the last few weeks and how defensive lines have been successful. So it's definitely going to be a tall task for the Elon O-line to compete against this very good UNH defensive front.
Salapak will zip one out. That's Symir Winston on the screen at the bottom of your digital device. And Winston will take it past the 35 and down to the 32-yard line. Needed 5 on the play and rings up 7. And so another first down on what is the 4th offensive snap in the early going.
I mean, TD, we've seen 3 and outs frequently on the first drive for the Phoenix. So for them to get the ball and get moving showcases that bye week has created some energy, but it's going to be really important for them to capitalize, finish the drive strong.
Hardy, the tight end, now at the top of the diamond to the bottom of your screen. This is TJ Thomas on the little screen, and Thomas will take it to the 30, gain of 2 on the play. Interesting job that time, get Thomas behind the wall of blockers and out in space right from the jump.
I think one of the areas of advantage that I think the Phoenix believe they have over the Wildcats is primarily in the realm of speed. They want to get their playmakers to the edge, and they feel like just a little bit of space, they can take advantage of the opportunities because they understand the Wildcats have power, especially in that front 7. So trying to neutralize that, going to the edges, taking advantage of speed is going to be something the Phoenix try to do today.
Phoenix have not scored on the opening drive since the touchdown against the Catamounts that went 3 plays and 75 yards. Jet sweep, run to Brayboy. Chandler trying to get to the outside and makes it to the 25 before he is gang tackled by the Wildcat defense. Caleb Meade, the corner in there on the stop. Also, Jackson Downing, the strong safety in this 4-2-5 set. It'll bring up first 3rd down look of the afternoon.
I'll tell you this, I think it's a really good strategy by the Phoenix is they have that speed. And once again, they're going to keep testing that in New Hampshire. They're going to have to, especially at the defensive backs, outside linebackers, they're going to have to play free. They're going to play fast and physical to get where they need to be.
Phoenix will go to the Wildcat on 3rd and short. TJ Thomas will take it, and I don't believe he's got enough. Knocked down at about the line of scrimmage. Needed to get 2, and I think stopped right at the 24. It'll make it 4th down and 2, and they are right on the edge of the red zone as you get a look on the replay from our friends at Elon Sports Vision.
Yeah, right there, Rashawn Baker, instead of catching, he has to go deliver the blow, allowing the linebacker to come free. That is what the Phoenix do not want because the middle of that New Hampshire defense is strong. They are stout. They'll get where they need to be. And now it's a big try here for good old Jack Berkowitz.
Brendan Tye, the first guy there, 5'11" senior from out of Lowell, Mass. Yerk on the hold. Burko on the season, 5 for 7. 42 yards on the opportunity. Snap, spot, kick is away, and it is perfect. And for the first time since the home opener against the Catamounts of Cullowhee, Elon puts points on the board on an opening drive and jumps out to a 3-0 lead.
We haven't seen that in a while, and even though it's just 3 points, that's big. That's big for this team. That's big for this offense because they've been needing that spark. Like I said, the energy in the beginning of the game has been really, really strong, and now the defense has to match kind of that intensity of the offense on the first drive and try to stop a New Hampshire offense that's very capable on running or throwing, making the big play.
We'll get you the drive summary here in just a moment. Quickly, though, we would be remiss if we didn't get you the Cox Toyota keys to the ball game, and I promise you that we didn't put this up just before the Elon offensive drive started, and that we certainly have not changed things. Find success early. I would tell you the Phoenix so far an A+ grade on this fall break weekend.
Absolutely. That's what the game plan was. That's why they took the ball, TD. They wanted to kind of start fast, be physical, make a drive happen. They've done that. And now the defense has to do their job, try to shut down this New Hampshire offense.
New Hampshire unable to get the Phoenix off the script and down in distance. We'll get you the UNH offensive keys here in just a moment. The pride of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Jake Marion will do the honors in a end-over-end kick. That'll be fielded on the goal line by New Hampshire. And coming out of there is Caleb Meade, and he'll take it past the 30-yard line and to the 32-yard line. So the guy who came in averaging over 25 yards a return in the kickoff game gives the Wildcats and Seth Morgan good room to work with at the start. 1st and 10 from their own 32.
I think one of the big battles of today is going to be the New Hampshire offensive line versus the Elon defensive line. New Hampshire's O-line is pretty big, especially from a height and a weight standpoint, so utilizing their strength, trying to create rush lanes, or just keeping that pass protection. But the Phoenix have to play with hands. They have to get off blocks and shed them and try to create a little bit of disruption in the backfield.
Morgan will whip one out. Pass is caught. It's Corcoran who makes the catch and then forced into the Elon sideline, knocked out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Sinquavius also Brooks there as the guy that dragged him down.
Good stick there by two. Also, Brooks has had a pretty, a journey of the last couple of weeks. He knows he is going to be needed, and I think playing like that, just being as physical as he can at the point of attack, letting the guys know from New Hampshire that he's here, that's what he's going to have to do, because they're definitely going to see him as an opportunity to try to get the ball at him. He's going to have to make plays just like he did.
First best quarterback in terms of yards thrown for in the CAA, added on second down, and let's call it 8. Handoff is given to the back, and that is Isaac Seed, who is stood up in the backfield. Curtin, Moore, and a host of other guys, Paris Lowry and Chuck Nadeau as well.
TD, this Elon team is playing a little bit with an attitude. This is what I've been waiting to see the last couple of weeks. First 2 plays on defense here, big hit, getting off blocks initially. Like, the slow developing plays are not necessarily going to work, especially if they're bringing the heat like that. Brandon Tyson there and then the size on the end. New Hampshire has to be careful in those situations. They don't want to be in a third and long distance, especially with the speed that's on this Elon defense. So big third down here.
Kyrie just 15 for 57 on third down for the Wildcats on the season. Maybe the one blemish on the offensive card. Morgan will zip one out, going to the near sideline. Catch is made, but hold the phone. It will not be enough for the first down. They're going to mark him at the 41-yard line as the grab is hauled in by Casey McKinney, one of the backup wide receivers. But as you hear my broadcast partner tell you, false start. Matt Overton will give us the official wording here as he steps over
illegal
to the
formation.
6th-year head coach.
Offense, 5 players in the backfield. 5-yard penalty, it's third down.
So the Phoenix will take the penalty instead of a 4th and 1. And an opportunity to get the New Hampshire punt game out. Elon will back him up and face a third down and let's call it 3rd and 15 at the New Hampshire 27.
Well, looking at the Phoenix front here, if you're paying attention watching from home, they're going with more of a speed rather than size front because they want to make sure they're getting Seth Morgan off of his block and then allowing for that speed to end up. Oh, big screen here.
Yep, big screen is thrown out to Seed. Seed, though, able to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that is it. Nick Velos and Khalil Baker in the vicinity, along with others. Dylan Tucker, the first guy up off the pile. The thing that stands out through 3 snaps, the pursuit's back defensively.
Yeah, you see an attitude. I think having the week off, having the opportunity to kind of really just take some time and really evaluate what's at stake here. And I think they understand a lot of things. They have not played to the caliber of defense that they're capable of, and I think they've also know that they can play a lot better. So looking at the bad, but also understanding there's a lot of good to be had. Great start there by the Phoenix defense, but New Hampshire, they're a little bit slow of a start, but there's going to be a lot of game left, a lot of opportunity for them to get back to it.
2 very good punters in the ball game this afternoon, Jeff Yerk and Sean Lahane, 6-foot junior from out of Milford, Mass.
Defense, number 23, 5-yard penalty.
Sean Baker is going to be whistled, or excuse me, Nathan Kimbambi whistled for the false start or the offsides penalty on the punt, and so 5-yard penalty will give Lahane a little bit more room. Hard to believe a guy averaging almost 46 per boot is 3rd in the league. Tells you how good the man from Southern Pines has been, wearing the maroon top for Mike Null and the Phoenix special teams units. Snap, Lahane will get it away. This one a wobbling kick, and Bryson Scott will simply call for the fair catch. At the 23, it will lead us to the opening media timeout of the afternoon. Jack Salopek gets the start, finds Chandler Brayboy on the opening shot. It leads to a Jack Berkowitz field goal, and the Phoenix in front by 3.
Alamance Community College invites you to step through our doors into a world of opportunity. It's the perfect place to find your key to success. Earn a 2-year degree at ACC through hands-on training in more than 40 careers. Go to the head of the class in today's technology-driven workplace. Want a 4-year degree? ACC can help you start your BA through university transfer. Earn your first 2 years of credits at a fraction of the cost. Click on alamadcc.edu to learn more.
Some things in life are hard. Buying a car shouldn't be one of those things. And that's why more and more people are choosing modern Toyota in Winston-Salem. Modern makes it easy with over 900 new Toyotas to choose from. And you'll always get our lowest possible price. The friendly staff at Modern will help you choose the right Toyota for your needs. And our simplified paperwork makes it easy. We'll even deliver your new Toyota straight to your door. Get started today at moderntoyota.com.
Experience the modern difference.
Great medicine and world-class athletics come together at Duke. The Urbanic Sports Science Institute leads this collaboration in treating all sports-related issues from injuries to improving performance. We pride ourselves on offering the best clinical care for all athletes, all ages, and all skill levels. To learn more, visit dukehealth.org or call 919-813-6860.
7:51 left to play in the opening quarter with Kyrie Walker and Hannah Brady. I'm Taylor Durham, thrilled to be with our entire Elon Sports Vision crew team. Quick reminder, this afternoon's game between the Phoenix and Wildcats presented by our friends at Cone Health. It takes an entire team to come out on top with an extensive network of doctors and specialists, nationally recognized hospitals, and the convenience of 24/7 video visits. Cone Health is right here with you to help you win at health. Jack Salopek gets ready for the second offensive series of the afternoon for the Phoenix, trying to find Chandler Brayboy in the middle of the field. It is incomplete. Brandon Ty and Noah Stansberry in coverage. Salopek just simply tried to skip it to the man from Pembroke that time.
I think that's just, getting the ball out, not taking an unnecessary hit. Decent there. If you don't have it, don't need to force it there. So, Jack, take the next play. But one thing I think I'm starting to see just on that play in New Hampshire, they're going to go with some more stunts in the front, try to confuse this offensive line a little bit, try to take advantage of opportunities to get in the face of Salopek and don't give him as much time.
Two tight ends set, one to each side for the man from out of Irwin, Pennsylvania. Snap, handoff, give it to T.J. Thomas, and Thomas will shimmy free, gets to the 30-yard line before he is tracked down. Let's say a gain of 7. Boy, that could have been behind the line of scrimmage or at the line of scrimmage at best.
I think that's the greatness of T.J. Thomas. Just because you make initial contact, he's learning a little bit from Rashawn Baker as well. They understand. They keep moving their legs. That's what they have advantage, and that is what he took there. That could easily be 3rd and 10, and now you're looking at a much more manageable 3rd and short here for the Elon offense, who wants to continue on the second drive and get things pushing.
Sam Backer and Ryan Toscano makes the stop for Rick Santos' New Hampshire Wildcat team. 3rd down and 3. Salopek coming to the bottom of your screen. He'll flip one out. Caught Brayboy, and it'll be enough, or it should be enough, to move the sticks, and indeed it will. 1st down and 10. How important is that? Elon now 1 for 3 on the afternoon, but you and I talked about it this week. This is a New Hampshire ball club that's been staggeringly good. 20 of 69 when the afternoon got started.
Well, TD, not going for the home run. You don't need 20, 30 yards there. You want to just keep the drive going. So just go short in there to number 4, hands. You need him to catch it, just get to the sticks, and now you have a fresh set of down. So I think that's the mentality. Just keep these drives going. You don't need the home run. That's going to come, but you just got to make sure you get the yards that you need to keep drives pushing.
Brayboy's got 3 catches for 42 yards, making a 4th catch and more than just the 42. As for the second time on the afternoon in his many drives, Chandler Brayboy, that is Dalton from out of Lexington. Yes, it is Brayboy. I saw one there for a quick moment. Chandler Brayboy makes the catch. Second time in as many drives, the man from Pembroke has broken the tape into Wildcat territory.
I think Ford knows that, there's been uncharacteristic, some drops he's had the last few games. He knows he's going to be needed for this team big over the next few to make some plays. So he's playing to his potential so far this game. 6
for 7 in the early going for Jack Salopek. He'll keep it himself this time on a design quarterback run across the New Hampshire 40 to the 39-yard line. You and I had a chance to spend some time with the offensive coordinator. That's the one difference people will notice immediately. Yeah. There's a little bit more of that run game from his spot in the game plan this week.
Absolutely.
Handoff given away to Thomas. TJ's got a hole and then more. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. And just like that, Salapack on the quarterback run, and then they give it to the freshman from out of Thomasville, who finds pay dirt on the ground for the fourth time. My goodness, back-to-back scoring drives to open.
I think that just shows with the run game. One of the big plays that happened before that with the Salapack run, you're allowing those big defensive ends that are very fast, very physical. If you let them get upfield and you have a good run play, that it creates more space and it creates that gap where the right offensive lineman block, you can just go. So that was an outstanding execution, but even better play calling of going right back to the well, taking advantage of the opportunity. 6 points for the Phoenix.
Snap, spot, Burko's kick is good, and it'll send us to the media timeout. First two offensive drives for the Phoenix. 13 plays, 128 yards, and a 10-0 lead. Back we come to Rhodes Stadium on this fall break weekend Saturday. This is Elon Football.
At McGurk's Pub, you'll feel the Philadelphia brotherly love in the food and atmosphere. Home to the tidal wave and the best cheesesteak south of Philly, McGurk's also has a local craft beer selection that pairs perfectly with our delicious nachos. Bring your friends and family to McGurk's, the best eats and atmosphere in Eli. Alamance Community College invites you to step through our doors into a world of opportunity. It's the perfect place to find your key to success. Earn a 2-year degree at ACC through hands-on training in more than 40 careers. Go to the head of the class in today's technology-driven workplace. Want a 4-year degree? ACC can help you start your BA through university transfer. Earn your first 2 years of credits at a fraction of the cost. Click on alamancecc.edu to learn more.
6 plays, 77 yards, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Down to the Elon sideline we go. And Hannah Brady, I would tell you the fourth touchdown for the Thomasville, Georgia freshman is a nice way to get this lead to a double-digit marker.
Yeah, Taylor, just a really cool moment after that touchdown between TJ Thomas and Rashawn Baker. They dapped each other up, and they have been the Thunder and Lightning duo at the tailback position this season. And Baker told us earlier this week that he refers to TJ as franchise because of the bright future that he believes he has. And instead of the two of them butting heads because they are going at the same position, Rashawn has made it a priority to help younger backs like TJ gain more experience, whether that's pulling him aside and giving him tips or just watching extra film. So really cool moment, guys.
Hannah, thanks so much as the Phoenix are able to hem in Caleb Mead that time. And Mead is stuck behind the 20. Let's wait and see where they'll mark it at. But New Hampshire certainly pushed back after starting their opening drive at their own 32. And a 3-and-out. They will scrimmage this one to Kyrie, first down and 10 at their own 17.
TD Charlie Mill with the big play there, hyped up coming off the field. Once again, this is the first time in 4 weeks where I see a group of individuals who want to be out there. They're excited, little things, and I think it's just they've really talked about keeping that energy up, and it's been really strong to start this game today, and I think it's really impacted the start.
Seth Morgan out of the shotgun. He'll flip it. The throw pass is caught, and making that catch is Logan Tomlinson. Coming off of a 10-grab, 105-yard evening last Friday night at Harvard. He'll take it to the 26-yard line. Gain on the play will be of, let's call it 9, and make it second down and 1.
I mean, that's a great play by New Hampshire. You know, just trying to get themselves into a little bit of a rhythm here. They understand you're not going to score 10 points at one play. However, just taking a little bit, finding the gaps of the defense, a little throw there just to get some yards, get some rhythm going so Seth Morgan can do what he does and try to look a little bit deeper to make the big play.
He hit 17 straight passes to begin last Friday night. Handoff given to Seed and simply runs right into the wall. Sinquavius also Brooks and Brandon Tyson in the neighborhood, as well as Josh Johnson and others. Ishmael Atkins penalty flags on the play, though, across from the other side of the field, and let's wait and see. The initial indicator is false start against UNH.
Yeah.
But they will say the loss is back to the 25-yard line.
Illegal formation. Offense. 5 players in the backfield.
Second time.
5-yard penalty. Replay second down.
For somebody who's a novice watching, they hear that 5 players in the backfield instead of false start on an offensive lineman. What does that mean?
Well, it's realistically, you're looking at your receivers, and receivers should be checking to the side judges to make sure that they're on or off. And it's the second time that has happened for New Hampshire. So they're not checking, and they're not communicating as they should, knowing that they're where the judge needs them to be. So that's a tough penalty that could have set themselves up for even 3rd and short, but now 2nd, and they're going to need to get some yards back on a defense that's playing really, really inspired so far.
Tomlinson, the lone wide receiver to the top of your screen. He'll now be joined by Burke. Morgan will zip one going to Burke down the sideline. Catch is made. Did he stay in bounds? No, sir. Official on the far sideline tells us that Burke could not get the foot down in play, and so it'll bring up a 3rd down at the 21, a 3rd and 6 for the Wildcats.
I mean, great view here by the Elon Sports Vision team, but it looks like that right toe might be on. Yeah, that's going to look like it's going to land on the white when he has complete catch of the ball. So I think we're going to a 3rd down here for the Phoenix, but they may review this as well.
All Matt Overton whistles the ball in play, and so New Hampshire out over it. Dylan Poirier, 6'4" senior from out of North Kingston, Rhode Island, the center on this offensive line for the Wildcats. Morgan, straight drop. Here comes pressure. He'll flip one out. Pass is caught. That's Corcoran, who will find his way for a gain of 2 and then just simply snowed under once again. Baker, Atkins, et al. Will force the 3 and out and the punt, Kyrie.
And I think the Phoenix defense, they're going to give that up to Corcoran and hope that he's going to be able to make a play, but he's not going to make a play when they're kind of crashing, and their just pursuit to the ball has been fantastic so far this game. And now it's scary time right now for New Hampshire. They're giving it back to an offense that's feeling pretty good, and this is something that the Phoenix have been working for. So New Hampshire's defense is going to have to make some plays here to try to get the ball back to their offense and try to continue to build a rhythm within this game.
41 yards on the first punt by Lahane. Scott the fair catch. He'll simply drive this one. Bryson Scott gets on the horse back inside the Elon 25. He'll make the return effort and bring it back to the 27-yard line. So let's call it a gain of 4. And with 3:08 left to play in the opening quarter, Phoenix will get it for a 3rd time.
Well, I'll tell you right now, this is what Elon's been working towards. This is what they've been fighting for. They haven't necessarily showcased their best football, but once again, just you could tell with the energy and the feeling of this team pregame that they came out ready to play. And the thing is, right now, they're doing the things that they do really well, and they're utilizing their speed, they're utilizing their athleticism. They're going to have to continue to do that, to continue to build and work on some things that really showcases their capability as an offense.
Triple wide receivers to the bottom of your screen, including Charlie Mills. Salopek slips one out, pass is tipped and incomplete. There is a chance, Kyrie, that Dylan Flex Ruiz is the guy that got the hand on it.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. If you're a grown man named Flex, that means you're a little special. Hey, that means you can do things. Just utilizing his size there, just looking at his stance, one thing I really appreciate when you turn on the film and you watch Flex is that he stays low. He knows how to keep his body low to the ground. That poses a lot of problems for offensive tackles. And just like on that play, easy win for him, got his hand up. If he's not going to get there and impacts it, that's what New Hampshire needs him to do, and he did a perfect job of that on that last play.
You said something to me earlier this week. Single-digit D lineman is one thing. Guys that wear 0 in their D lineman, that's a completely different deal. As Thomas will take the play on the check down screen across the 30 to the 32, 33-yard line. Game of the play will be a 5 and make it 3rd down and 5.
I mean, once again, that's a good play there by Jack, just not forcing it. But TJ has to be careful in those situations. He has to make sure he take care of the ball, because that could have been a turnover. That was a pop open there. But it's 3rd and medium here for this Elon team. And once again, you don't need the home run. You just want to continue on the drive. And the New Hampshire defense wants to get this stop so they can get themselves all the field and get their offense back the ball and try to get something moving.
Phoenix are 1 for 2 on the afternoon in the early going. 25.9% through the first 5 games. Salopek, straight drop, shoots one out, caught, 1st down as Brayboy will turn it upfield to the 44-yard line. Tackle on the play is going to be credited to Mateo Vandamia, the grad student from out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and the former Delaware Blue Hen. But my goodness, Chandler Brayboy is all of a sudden moved to the top of the chart. His 5th catch for 62 yards.
I think the old man's the strategy is just having him find the middle of the bubble. There was no one really around Chandler. He sat down perfectly, found some space right in the front of Jack Salopek so he could just get the ball to him and get him to the first down marker.
Dalton, the lone receiver, to the bottom of your screen. Handoff given to Rashawn Baker, and Baker will simply run right into the wall. Jacoby Sherrard, grad student from out of Lawrenceville, New Jersey, leads the charge. Gain on the play will be of 1, and that will make it 2nd down and 9. You heard Hannah talk earlier about the relationship that Baker and Thomas have. That's not always the case.
No.
The 1 and 2 don't always see eye to eye.
No, they don't. But I think one thing that they've learned is they're both new guys coming into this together, so they have that in common, and they just want the team to be successful, and they both know they play a role, and they need to play it well for this team to really, really get where they need to be.
Salopek shoots one out. This is Dalton Jamarian with the catch at the midfield stripe. Gain of 5 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down and 4 as the clock rolls to under a minute. The thing that stands out the first 15 minutes when the Phoenix have found a 3rd down, it's been, to use the offensive coordinator's wording, a manageable opportunity. 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. It hasn't been 3rd and 13.
Right. Well, because once again, I think Jack's doing a great job of not forcing it where it doesn't necessarily fit. Just getting the ball to their receivers, quick routes, just getting small chunks of yards to build up 3rd and manageable, because those 3rd and long distance, that's, really low percentage, and this has really helped them. This is a high percentage play where they have a lot of the playbook still open for them.
Salopek looking, here comes pressure, and down goes Jack Salopek, and the guy who is 3rd in the conference in sacks is the guy that gets to him, in Josiah Silver, senior from out of Hampton, Virginia, who comes into the afternoon now with 31 sacks for his time in Durham, New Hampshire, and it'll lead us to the end of the 1st quarter. Phoenix will punt it away as we begin the 2nd quarter of play next. Back we come to Road Stadium with Elon in front by 10.
We all have our own way of getting business done. You know how to wow them. We know how to help turn your big ideas into reality.
Loved your plan to expand the business. Here's what I can do.
Atlantic Union Bank. Any way you bank.
Some things in life are hard. Buying a car shouldn't be one of those things. And that's why more and more people are choosing modern Toyota in Winston-Salem. Modern makes it easy, with over 900 new Toyotas to choose from. And you'll always get our lowest possible price. The friendly staff at Modern will help you choose the right Toyota for your needs. And our simplified paperwork makes it easy. We'll even deliver your new Toyota straight to your door. Get started today at moderntoyota.com.
Experience the Modern difference.
At McGurk's Pub, you'll feel the Philadelphia brotherly love in the food and atmosphere. Home to the tidal wave and the best cheesesteak south of Philly, McGurk's also has a local craft beer selection that pairs perfectly with our delicious nachos. Bring your friends and family to McGurk's, the best eats and atmosphere in Eli.
Great medicine and world-class athletics come together at Duke. The Urbanic Sports Science Institute leads this collaboration in treating all sports-related issues from injuries to improving performance. We pride ourselves on offering the best clinical care for all athletes, all ages, and all skill levels. To learn more, visit dukehealth.org or call 919-813-6860.
We all have our own way of getting business done. You know how to wow them. We know how to help turn your big ideas into reality.
Loved your plan to expand the business. Here's what I can do.
Atlantic Union Bank. Any way you bank.
With Kyrie Walker, I'm Taylor Durham. We'll send you down to the Elon sideline in just a moment. Hannah Brady's got a special guest alongside. Number that jumps out from the first 15 minutes, 18-6 in terms of plays snapped, 144-16 in terms of offensive yards. Jeff Yerk on to boot it away for the first time on the afternoon. The top punter in the CAA, 3rd best in the country. And Yerk will put a boot into this one, a spiraling kick. New Hampshire will simply let it bounce and then will pick it up and try to return it. Well, the Wildcats, and it is Corcoran who does so, and he will move it out. They will mark it, I believe, at the 25-yard line. Quickly down to the Elon sideline we go, and we don't get to talk to many all-time wins leaders. Hannah Brady stands beside one right now. Hannah?
Yeah, Taylor, I'm joined alongside Mary Tendler, the volleyball coach for Elon University. Now, Coach, 309 career wins for you. That's the most in volleyball program history. What does that mean to you specifically and what you're trying to build here at Elon?
Well, it means I've been here a long time, and it just means I've had got to work with a lot of great players and work with a lot of really good assistant coaches that have helped along the way.
Now you've won 4 straight contests. You're 4-2 in conference play. How has the season gone, and how special is this group you have this year?
It's been great so far, and we're just real excited about it, especially once we get into conference play. And started out 4-2 and play tonight against Campbell, so we have a really big match coming up tonight. We just want to keep it rolling.
Speaking of that match, you have a doubleheader. You have tonight and tomorrow. What's it going to take to get a win and just a weekend sweep?
I think just keep that confidence and keep that momentum going. And Campbell's a really good serving team, so I think our serve receive will be tested. And on our side, just staying aggressive like we've been doing.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time, and best of luck tonight. Hope you get a win.
We'll do our best. Thank you.
Taylor.
Hannah, thanks so much. Seth Morgan's missed on his first 2 fires of the series, including a whale of a play made by Caleb Curtin to knock away the first down. And then right there, the intended receiver for the Wildcats is Sequavius also. Brooks gets a hand on it. Corcoran unable to come up with it. 3rd down and 10. New Hampshire on the afternoon, 0 for 2 in 3rd down opportunities.
I'll tell you this, also Brooks is playing a pretty good first half right now. You could just see with the confidence, through the experience, he was thrown into the fire, and he's playing some good ball right now. The Phoenix need him for sure.
Morgan shoots one out, trying to go down the near sideline, and does. Catch is made by Corcoran, and they will say held on to it at the 43-yard line, and the gain of 19 will move the sticks as New Hampshire, with their first chunk play of the afternoon, avoids a 3rd straight 3-and-out.
Yeah, definitely kind of jinxed Sequavius on that play. And that's just a good route by Corcoran. He's playing like their #1 receiver. He's taking advantage of matchups, and he's trying to win these battles. And that's going to be one that's going to be watched, because they have been battling down there so far in this game. And I guarantee you that's not going to be the last time Seth Morgan goes that way.
Kyrie only 1 rushing effort in the first, let's say, 10 snaps, as Morgan able to scamper away from Moore, and then he'll finally head to higher ground on the far sideline. A gain on the play of 1 before he steps out, but hold the phone. Penalty flags on the defensive side of the snap, and we'll let Paul Matt Overton and his crew sort everything out for us.
Interesting on what that could be, especially where the flag was thrown.
Mr. Overton and his crew.
Defense, number 10. 10-yard penalty from the run. Automatic first down.
Nick Velos will get charged for the penalty, the Los Angeles native. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. And the automatic first down. And for the first time of the afternoon, the Wildcats in Elon territory at the 46. New Hampshire had the shoe on the other foot last Friday night. They jumped out to the early 10-0 lead at Cambridge, only to fall 28-23. Now down 10 after the Phoenix were tremendous in the opening quarter.
Yeah, and I think New Hampshire hasn't panicked. They're going to continue to do things in the flow of their offense and take advantage of what Elon provides.
This is Seed on the second rushing attempt of the afternoon and not going anywhere. Welcome back, Jesse Powell from out of Panther Creek to make the stop back at the 48.
Once again, this is another big part of the Elon defense that's been out the couple of weeks. Jesse Powell's a big part. Great job maintaining outside arm free, making sure he's holding up as the cavalry comes in. Like, that is defense to the T, just holding and bringing them to everyone else. Just making sure you have a good grasp, because one thing about this New Hampshire team, they're going to try to break those tackles, let the cavalry come, make the tackle. So big play there, 2nd and long here for the Wildcats.
He almost steered Seed into the ground that time on the tackle.
Yep.
Morgan, who's 5 for 8 in the early going. Here comes the Phoenix pressure. He'll zip one out, intended for seed and knocked away. And coming up to make the stop that time is Caleb Curtin, and he's another guy who's been everywhere. It feels like the open date has rejuvenated some. The back end has found the fountain of youth.
Yeah, Caleb Curtin went down with injury like 97 times last week, but I give a lot of credit there to the front four creating the pressure. Jake Laurel breaking through, great pass rush there. You want to make sure if you're going to rush Morgan, you got to get him off his block, got to get his feet moving, try to get him off his back foot, and that allows for those individuals in the back end to make those plays. So just good pressure there for the Phoenix, and great opportunity and great play there by Caleb Curtin.
3rd down and 12, Phoenix sideline waving the rally towels. Morgan once again flush, coming to the near side. He'll flip one, and the pass is caught. Coming up to make the catch, Casey McKinney, junior from out of Germantown, Maryland, but it will be short of the line gain marker at the 36. Gain made to the 39, so let's call it 4th and 3, and this may be go for it territory, and indeed it will be, with the Wildcats trailing by 10.
This is a big play for New Hampshire here, because if the Phoenix get the ball with this level of field position, with the success they had, that's giving them a shorter field than they have. But I think New Hampshire knows in a game like this, an away game like this, they want to make plays to continue to try to put points on the board. So definitely understand the move here by the coaching staff.
5 for 8 on the year and 4th down opportunities. Morgan looking right into the face of the blitz. He'll flip one out, and it is incomplete. Ishmael Atkins simply riding Colby Ramshaw down to the ground, and the ball pops out.
Definitely good play there. Delayed blitz there by the Phoenix just to put somebody in the face of Seth Morgan. Ball was a little bit behind the tight end there on that play, but just outstanding job being physical by Ish and just continuing to just try to get the ball out, fighting. But, I mean, the delayed blitz with Brandon Tyson coming in allowed a lot of that to set up, create some pressure. But great play by the Elon defense there, and a great opportunity now for this offense with a shorter field to make some plays and try to add to their lead.
Phoenix with 144 yards and 3 offensive sets so far on the afternoon. Alapek with Brayboy in motion. He'll fake the jet sweep. Now the handoff to Thomas. TJ into Wildcat territory and spin into the ground as he'll take the ball to the 46-yard line. The gain on the play will be a 15, and it is Wande Owens, the 6th best tackler in the CAA, that goes for the spin ride that time down to the 46.
TD, I love that play call there by the Elon offense, because it wasn't just their standard mesh player delayed zone that they've been running. They are actually messing with the vision, bringing someone running across, and then guess what? You have to honor that. That allows more space for TJ to do what he does.
This is Salopek on the quarterback keeper. He'll cross the 45, forward progress to the 44 before he is dumped down on the ground, back actually in Elon territory. But the gain on the play will be of 2 and make it 2nd down and 8.
Well, in that type of situation, when you just kind of talk about it, the D-line did a great job, but I think the win there was by the linebackers. Defense got off of blocks because they had it kind of bottled up, just a little bit of a slow developing on the draw there. And then, New Hampshire's size, that is what they have. That's one of their advantages. Shedding blocks, big play there. They kind of really eliminated a big game.
Ruiz and Silver both out of the ball game for this snap, and Salopek trying to throw the low ball to Cody Hardy, and it is knocked away. Guy who had an opportunity on it is Toscano, grad student from out of Bedford, New Hampshire. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Let's call it 3rd and 8 from the 44-yard line.
Yeah, one thing I like is that Jack's not necessarily forcing that. You put that ball up a little bit, you're asking for a potential turnover. So even though it's 3rd and long, you still have a chance to make a play with the skill players you have to try to extend the sticks and move to a 1st down.
2 wides to each side. Now Winston will go in motion. Salopek, straight drop. Here comes pressure. He'll check one down. Thomas to catch. TJ's got the first and more before he is knocked out of bounds. Duncan Moreland simply leans the shoulder into Thomas to knock him into the Elon sideline, but a heady job that time by the cat from Irwin, Pennsylvania, to pick up the 1st down.
I mean, great job by New Hampshire on the back end, but guess what? TJ Thomas is right there, so Salopek, even better of a job. We had your running back, who is fast, wide open. Just get him the ball, allow him to make the play. Those are the little things that this offense has been lacking, but we've seen so far today that's been great and instrumental in keeping drives like this going.
Baker in at the tailback spot. Thomas will have a break. Salopek will give it to the Victor New York native. That is TJ Thomas. That's 20, not 23. And he will simply ride it inside the 25 to the 23, but hold the foam. Penalty flags on the play, and the indicator is holding against the Phoenix. It would be the third infraction of the afternoon.
Number 65, 10-yard penalty, first down.
And it will be Tim Hogan, third-year sophomore from out of Raleigh, North Carolina, whistled on the hold call. Great job by our ESV cameras to pick it up right there.
Well, one thing Tim Hogan has to do in that situation, he has to keep his body square. He has to keep his body to the outside, utilizing his post arm on the right, and not just tackling down. That's exactly what he did. That's an easy call for the line judge in those situations. However, he just moves his body a little bit more to the right and actually shades over. That creates that rush lane, and that's not a hold at all. But you can't just work a body down like that. That's what happened in that situation. Easy call for the judges.
First down and 20. Salopek on the afternoon, 10 for 13 for 109. They'll run the reverse. Brayboy tried to get the corner turn and does. Chandler takes the inside lane that time, but gives 6 credit. Once again, much like his predecessor out there to throw that lead block.
Now, let's be very clear, Sick. I love quarterbacks that are sacrificing their body a little bit, but my man is like, he needs a few more Big Macs, maybe the chicken Big Mac with a few extra patties on there before we get to that situation. I would prefer him just to get down and out of the way because he's doing great things right now, but we're not there yet in this type of situation, but that block created some enough yardage to get to second and at least manageable here to create a good play to get themselves in position for third down.
You're going to tell me 6'3", 190 is not leading the charge on the power sweep?
I just need him to screen. Just get out of the way. His speed preferred.
Salopek flips it. This is Cody Hardy, who will take guys with him inside the 25-yard line. And the gain of 7 will make it third down and 6. And Cody Hardy, who's kind of been a missing piece of the pass game through the first 5 games, shows you what he can do right there. Nice catch, and then simply guys hopping aboard.
Cody Hardy's been bench pressing dump trunks since the age of 5. So realistically, just getting him on any type of matchup with any DB, that has to be terrifying because they're not going low, they're going high. And if you want to go low on anybody, that's the guy. But if you go high, he's just going to continue to run. And he's been waiting to get his hands on the ball and make a play. So he had a little bit more extra motivation there. So third and a good opportunity for the Phoenix to try to get the first down.
And Jack Salopek simply does not like what he sees on the third down, so he will take the timeout. It is the first of the 3 timeouts that will lead us into the media timeout. Phoenix driving to get more and add to the 10-0 lead.
Hampton Farms peanuts, roasted with delicious flavor inside the shell. Available in salted, unsalted, and Cajun hot in the produce section of a grocery store near you. Shell, yeah.
At McGurk's Pub, you'll feel the Philadelphia brotherly love in the food and atmosphere. Home to the tidal wave and the best cheesesteak south of Philly. McGurk's also has a local craft beer selection that pairs perfectly with our delicious nachos. Bring your friends and family to McGurk's, the best eats and atmosphere in Eli.
We all have our own way of getting business done. You know how to wow them. We know how to help turn your big ideas into reality.
Loved your plan to expand the business. Here's what I can do.
Atlantic Union Bank. Any way you bank.
Hampton Farms peanuts, roasted with delicious flavor inside the shell. Available in salted, unsalted, and Cajun hot in the produce section of a grocery store near you. Shell, yeah.
We all have our own way of getting business done. You know how to wow them. We know how to help turn your big ideas into reality.
Loved your plan to expand the business. Here's what I can do.
Atlantic Union Bank. Any way you bank.
8:18 left to play in the opening half. Elon in front 10-0. Quick reminder, Brooke Buffington from the National Marrow Donor Program joins Hannah Brady at the break. By the way, we're thrilled to welcome in our friends from Hawthorne at Brightwood Farm this year. As a partner thinking about finding your new home, then look no further than the newest property within a 10-minute drive to campus, Hawthorne at Brightwood Farm, located on Highway 70. The life you deserve and a place to live it. Phoenix in the opening half, 191 total yards, 116 through the air and 75 on the ground. Brayboy out of the slot, in motion. Salopek goes right to him, and Chandler cannot haul it in. And then New Hampshire is that close to hauling in the pick, as it was Toscano that had an opportunity on the back end after Brayboy takes the hit that lodges it free.
I will say that's a great play by New Hampshire there, just putting his helmet on the ball. But I would say at the same time, Ford knows he got to catch that ball. Realistically, just he knows the physicality is coming. He knows the hit's coming for his offense. He knows if his hand's touching it, the expectation he's going to catch it. But a good opportunity for Burko here to try to extend the lead by 3.
Burko's already made one from 41. This will be 42. Snap, spot, kick is away, and it is no good. It misses to the left. And so New Hampshire able to hold on the Phoenix, who got it to the doorstep of the red zone but could not punch it in. And just like that, Rick Santos' ball club's got to take a long, deep exhale. Kyrie only down 10 despite being outgained in the opening half by the grand total of 191-43.
And with over 8 minutes left, they have an opportunity to try to get something with the drive. But this Elon defense has been playing fast and physical. They have to continue to go. But that is definitely a big win for the New Hampshire defense there, especially with the big 3rd down stop and the missed field goal. So big chance for this offense to try to get something rolling.
6 for 11 on the afternoon is Seth Morgan. He'll hand it off to Isaac Seed. And Seed, who saw a grand total of just 2 carries in the opening 3 drives, will start off their 4th offensive set by taking it to the 31 in a gain of 7.
Yeah, I think one of the big things there, just great change of direction. I mean, a missed tackle by the Phoenix defense, just kind of getting a little bit too wild there, Paris Lowry, and then he just kind of helped shift there. And again, worked back to the inside and took something that could have been a 2-3 yard gain and got it a little bit closer. So big 1st down run, and I think that's been something they need, is big plays on 1st down to get themselves in a little bit more of a rhythm. So let's see what happens here for this drive for the New Hampshire offense.
Halfway done in the 2nd quarter, Phoenix and New Hampshire on this fall break Saturday from Road Stadium. This is Seed once again, and this time able to get a yard, maybe 2 on the play before he is knocked down. Isaac Seed, the 5'9" senior from out of Everett, Massachusetts. It is a different New Hampshire run game than it has been the last 2 years. Why, you ask? Because Dylan Loeb is sitting in Las Vegas playing for the Raiders after leading all of the FCS in all-purpose yards the last 2 years, as Seth Morgan will keep it on the quarterback zone read to the far sideline. He'll have enough for the 1st down and then some, gain of 3 when he just needed 1. How much is that a difference? Because Loeb did a lot of things in terms of the pass game and other things. Seed has been a between-the-tackle power runner guy.
Loeb was the guy that they just tried to get the ball in his hand and allowed him to make plays. But the big thing with Seed is try to get him going. I think he's a very north-south type of guy, east-west, especially when he gets an opportunity to be a little shifty. He likes that, but I think they like him just going north, planting his foot in the ground and making moves. But the offensive lineman has to help him out there, so that's something that's going to be big for him.
Morgan will set it up and fire off of the play action, and it is picked off. And making the pick is Dylan Tucker. Charlotte, North Carolina, Vance High School. Phoenix get it back inside New Hampshire territory at the 24-yard line. And what a moment to get your 1st pick of the season and just the 3rd miscue forced in the last 4 ball games.
I'll tell you this, that's big for D-Tuck. It's been a journey for this young man for a while, but he kind of, Seth Morgan kind of stared, and D-Tuck was sitting right there waiting, didn't overcommit to the wideout that was going. He was going to Cochran, and he just played his role really well. So that's a big get back for the Elon defense. And now the offense has an opportunity to get just pretty much where they were, continue a drive here and try to put more points on the board, especially with 6 minutes remaining in the 2nd quarter.
7th miscue forced on the season, 5th turnover in the allotment. Snap, handoff given to Baker. Rashawn Baker finds his way inside the red zone and will make it 2nd down. Let's call it 2nd and 4 after the 6-yard gain down to the 18. First time the Phoenix have been inside the red zone on the afternoon. Of course, the T.J. Thomas 39-yard run, the Burko 41-yard field goal. Phoenix were able to put points on the board before getting into the territory. Hardy in motion, the tight end, snap, handoff given to Baker, and Rashawn simply pinballing his way forward for a couple of yards. Hard to believe, Kyrie, 5 games into the season, Phoenix making just their 13th trip inside the red zone. They are 9 for 12 with 6 touchdowns.
It's hard to believe, and then you turn on the film. TD it's been struggles to get them there, but just looking at how they've been today, I mean, once again, they're not forcing it. They're not forcing it where they don't need to. They're just taking advantage of what New Hampshire's kind of providing so far and just building drives. But this is a third down they need to convert to try to make sure they put themselves in opportunity with 6.
3 for 6 on third downs on the afternoon and absolutely nowhere to go. And just in case you ever want a reminder on who's really, really good at the defensive end spot, and Josiah Silver jumps to the top of the list in every category.
Well, the thing about Josiah Silver is he's already a tough person to block when you're blocking him. However, if you're not going to block someone that needs to be blocked, it's going to hurt a lot. He came scot-free. He made the contact on the down block. He didn't need to do that, but he got where he needed, and he's one of the few times that he's had to be free. He was scot-free. He made a big play in the backfield for his team.
39-yard kick. Burko's made from 41, missed from 42. Snap, spot, kick is away, and this one misses as well. And so the guy who came in to the afternoon, having hit 2 straight and 5 out of his last 6, he moved it to 3 straight and 6 of 7 with his first kick of the afternoon, but has now missed back-to-backs from 42 and 39. And once again, the Wildcats, 22nd ranked team in the country, take a little bit of a deep breath exhale.
Well, Burko's got to get that together. That's 6 points off the board for the Phoenix. It could easily be a 16-0 game, but the Phoenix, they're leaving the door open, and we've seen this before in the previous weeks. If you leave the door open for a team, especially like New Hampshire, who plays solid football, it may not be exciting. It may not be the big play, but they're going to build, and they're going to try to get the momentum back. So that's a tough ask for this offense to go back out there, but they need to make plays.
Just 1 punt for the Phoenix on the afternoon so far is on first down. It is the wideout who will take the play in Logan Perez, but he will wind up losing 3 on the play to the 17, so make it 2nd down and 13. Clock moving with 3:37 left.
I know New Hampshire's trying to get a spark for their offense there, but I just think with the speed going east-west against the back 7 of this Elon defense is a tough ask because these guys can fly. So I know they're just trying to get some momentum, trying to get something working, but I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the best thing considering how fast these guys can go from sideline to sideline.
Phoenix came in giving up almost 400 yards per game. They have held New Hampshire to a grand total of 51. And on the opportunity, Logan Tomlinson thought he had come away with it, but had not. Sinquavius also Brooks and Caleb Curtin, another defensive gem. Ball hits the ground, it'll make it 3rd down as you get a look at it from our Elon Sports Vision view. Camera folks once again doing a spectacular job on this fall break Saturday.
Absolutely, and I think the one thing that Morgan's going to look at is Sinquavius also Brooks better be ready. Is on those one-on-one matchups, they are primarily going to his side, and that's just what we've seen in previous weeks. But he fought, he kept his hand there, got enough of it to just kind of make a little bit of a disruption. But I can guarantee you that is going to be something that Morgan's looking for because they're going his way a lot. But he's rise to the challenge so far.
Morgan steps back and cannot get rid of it. And guess who? The former Grimsley Whirly, Caleb Curtin. My goodness, in a flash in the New Hampshire backfield. And Morgan is sacked on the play.
I think just looking at the pressure there, Caleb Curtin coming free. That young man, when he's back there and he gets past that initial line, he's hard to stop. And the Phoenix, they've been waiting for that blitz, and that's where it was. Perfectly called there. Great call by Devontae Edwards for sure.
I thought it was interesting. You and I and Hannah had an opportunity on Wednesday to spend some time with not only the head coach, but both of the coordinators. We heard a lot of different talk about self-scouting during the open day. Kind of going back and not only watching one game, but watching all 5. It feels like A lot was learned during the open date, not about any other opposition or anything else, but about the Phoenix.
Yeah, I think the Phoenix had to look at the Phoenix. Obviously, they played some really good teams the last couple of weeks, but just looking at themselves, looking at who does what and who has done what well, and taking advantage of those opportunities, but also looking at what's not working. What are some plays that they've called that if they had an opportunity to go back and put other individuals in a similar situation, what would they do? So I think it's just I think it was honestly a true evaluation of being honest with themselves.
Now reporting is number 60. Number 5 for New Hampshire is number 60.
Okay.
So Logan Tomlinson, or it's Wande Owens, whomever it may be, Lahane will boot it away after the curtain sack on third down. Lahane standing with his heels almost on the end line. The snap. He'll get this one away, a spiraling kick. Bryson Scott will have a go from the Elon 47, coming to the near sideline into Wildcat territory, dances down the near sideline and finds his way to the 42, maybe 41-yard line. But that's where the Phoenix will have it. First down and 10 is a couple of New Hampshire players earlier in the play get pushed in to the near sideline as well, with this officiating crew sorting everything out, making sure everybody is good to go the remainder of the way. The umpire, John Rain, and the back judge, Stephen Wood, and this CAA crew.
Yeah, that was really intense, even though there were Phoenix players trying to help them up. And they're pretty much telling them to get away. I understand that situation, especially beyond the opposing sideline. But this is a drive that the Phoenix offense, they've been stalled a little bit, giving this New Hampshire defense some energy. Big opportunity here with 2:51 left to try to get something rolling, at least closer enough to Burko's ready to build his confidence back.
Salopek's 11 for 15. He's got Thomas in the backfield. Jack now flushed. He'll come to the near sideline, flips one out and into the Elon sideline. Intended wide receiver was T.J. Thomas covering on the play for the Wildcats. Is going to be Zeron Skinner, Orlando, Florida junior, and the transfer from out of Florida Atlantic.
Well, good job by Salopek, kind of getting out of the pocket there, holding for a little bit. Just got to be careful in those situations, because New Hampshire's, that's a tough ass to hold on to those defensive ends for so long, because those are some big men that can get rolling, and they are in their speed stance right now.
Dalton, the lone wide to the bottom of your screen. And Salopek will keep it on the quarterback design run, and Jack will simply get about a yard on the play before the stop can be made. Looks like it is Jacoby Sherrod, as well as Cameron Garner-Young, 6'2", 277-pound sophomore from out of Laurel, Maryland. It'll make it third down. Let's call it 3rd and 9 from the New Hampshire 41.
Well, I'll tell you, with the stones that they have up front of the New Hampshire defense, specifically talking about Politano and Garner-Young, those are big men. So doing any type of draw play, you want to either wait a second or try to have a blocking scheme that creates a little bit more opening. But that did not happen there, and they got blown up pretty quickly.
Yep, and the 2-minute timeout will lead us into the final media stoppage of the opening half. Phoenix kind of been sitting on 10-0 for a little bit of time. They've had a couple of opportunities to expand it out. They've now got another one when we return. This is Elon Football.
Dear Triad, we see you driving by us every day, whether off to work or ready to play, heading over to a beautiful park, just in time for a fun family walk, or windows open, zipping around for quick bite with friends right downtown. Your Toyota takes you most everywhere, and we ensure you get there with the utmost of care. Oh, Triad, we sure love you dearly. Yours, most sincerely, Cox Toyota. Before you buy, give Cox a try.
Hampton Farms peanuts, roasted with delicious flavor inside the shell. Available in salted, unsalted, and Cajun hot in the produce section of a grocery store near you. Shell, yeah.
At McGurk's Pub, you'll feel the Philadelphia brotherly love in the food and atmosphere. Home to the tidal wave and the best cheesesteak south of Philly. McGurk's also has a local craft beer selection that pairs perfectly with our delicious nachos. Bring your friends and family to McGurk's, the best eats and atmosphere in Elon.
Hampton Farms peanuts, roasted with delicious flavor inside the shell. Available in salted, unsalted, and Cajun hot in the produce section of a grocery store near you. Shell, yeah.
Elon in front, 10-0. Let's get you down to the sideline with Hannah Brady. Hannah, the Phoenix are an engaged group this afternoon.
Yeah, Taylor, you and Kyrie talked about the energy, and you can feel a shift and a hunger that hasn't been here in the past few home games. It's loud down here, guys, and they're more talkative and telling each other what they're seeing on the field. It just feels like a completely different team, and Coach Fulmer said that Jack Salapack was a competitor, but we're seeing that competitive spirit kind of pour into the rest of the team today.
Hannah, thanks so much. Salapack ready to go on 3rd and long, and will simply take the sack. Second one of the afternoon for New Hampshire. It is Cameron Garner-Young. And Kyrie, you mentioned so much attention gets paid to the Cats on the end.
Yep.
Politano and Garner-Young are just simply as impressive.
Well, I think one of the big things there for the Elon offense is, as we talked about the success that they've had so far, they were in 3rd and short. They were in 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. They were in situations where they were able to make a play and didn't need a home run. There, you're in 3rd and long, and that allows the defensive line to put their ears back and just get a pass rush, especially when you're concerned about the ends.
Timeout has been asked for by the Wildcats of New Hampshire. And their 40-year head coach, born in Norwood, Massachusetts, native of Bellingham, Mass., Rick Santos, when he was throwing for 13,000 yards and 123 touchdowns in Durham, and finishing second for the winning the Walter Payton Award. He was referred to as Ricky Santos. He's Yerk ready to boot it away. He'll simply boot one inside the Wildcat 20. Fair catch will be called for Corcoran at the 15-yard line. And so the Wildcats, who have been held to a grand total of 39 yards. Let me bring that forward for you. They came in averaging 353 a ball game. Elon came in defensively, giving up just a buck shy of 400, 396.8. I would tell you this has been about as good a half as the Phoenix have played defensively all year.
Yeah, and I'll tell you the TD, though, there's a minute 48 where I think New Hampshire's just trying to get some points on the board. So the defense has to stay stout. They have to stay disciplined as well. Do not give Morgan an opportunity to really make some big plays. And that was almost a big pick.
Yep, Morgan simply trying to flip it down to Ramshaw, and Ishmael Atkins is in the vicinity, but he had to get rid of it because pressure was coming to. And Kamari Brown. If Brown and Moore are starting to get cranked up, that's another problem for the Wildcats.
Well, the thing about New Hampshire and watching them this season is if Morgan has an opportunity in the pocket to really set his feet and get going, he can make some plays and really dissect and allow this offense to do things. But if you get him off his block, he makes some quick decisions that could be really rash and really bad for the offense.
As Morgan that time, once again under pressure, he'll simply flip it out. Seed will make the catch. And the Phoenix will burn their timeout as Seed to the 18-yard line in a gain of 3, 3rd down and 7.
I mean, just as I stated, he's kind of back. He's feeling that pressure, and that's a dangerous play there.
They will put 3 more seconds on the game clock. By the way, the Caleb Curtin sack, his first of the season. It becomes the 8th for the Phoenix. And it's another sack to give back. Food Lion Feeds just donates another 1,000 meals to support the Second Harvest Food Bank right here in Alamance County. They're a proud partner of the Elon Phoenix. Our Food Lion, they'll donate up to 30,000 meals to the Second Harvest Food Bank this season. So let's keep cheering on the sacks that give back.
mean, looking at Morgan right now, he's 8 for 16 for 43 yards, and it's just when the Phoenix have gotten him off his block, he's made some panic throws, and it hasn't, outside of that one interception, it hasn't really doing him. But Morgan has to be careful there. He doesn't want to put his team in a situation, especially on where they are right now.
Second most efficient quarterback in the league when the day got started, and we mentioned earlier, don't let the combo get cranked up.
Yep.
And Kasim there first, and Kamari there second, and all of a sudden the second sack of the afternoon.
I think one of the big things for Kasim Moore is utilizing his size. And I mean, when you have number 7 coming in, a simple rip move, allowing him to play his strength, an outstanding job of bending. And if he wasn't there, Kamari Brown was right there as well. The Phoenix have been needing that from that defensive front. And now with a minute and some change, it's going to be an opportunity for the Phoenix to get the ball, maybe even get Berkowitz another opportunity, or put 6 on the board.
No timeouts left for the Phoenix. And so New Hampshire will simply wind the play clock down. You would think they'll wind it to just under 50. And indeed that is the case. 49 seconds before Rick Santos will take the 30-second timeout. Quick reminder, Brooke Buffington, the former University of North Carolina gymnast, and now involved on the staff here with the Professional Career Services Department at Elon, joins Hannah Brady. Brooke Buffington has another title. She is involved in the National Marrow Donor Program. We told you earlier, out for the coin toss this afternoon. This is the Get in the Game for the Phoenix. You and I had an opportunity Wednesday night to visit with the head coach. You can tell it means a great deal to him, his involvement, and obviously it started from his time on the main line.
Yeah, I think one thing about head coach Tony Trisciani is that anything that he's going to do, he's going to be passionate about. And this is something that you can see when he speaks from his passion shines through. So excited to see this opportunity be discussed a little further here at Elon.
4th down and 14, and Lehane will boot it away. A spiraling kick. Bryson Scott back will field it at the 33, and before he can get it cranked up, simply slips and falls down at the 32-yard line. And so 40 seconds and 68 yards for the Phoenix to have one more go.
Well, I think one thing that's really interesting here is that we haven't seen any big-time throws to the outside for the Phoenix so far today. They're taking advantage of working the middle of the field, especially if Ozuma Dieke not playing today. That's a big loss for the Phoenix as far as one of the outside advantages. But this is where you're going to look for Jamarian Dalton to get his name set a little bit more on this drive, or even forward, looking at Chandler Brayboy and even Zymir Winston. If the Phoenix want to get in field goal range, they have to get there.
Receiving team, number 31. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Tony Hart III whistled for the 15-yard personal foul penalty. That may be the only negative of the opening half.
Yeah.
Phoenix had been whistled for 4 flags for 40 yards in the opening 30 minutes of work.
And I'll tell you this, that is one that coach, if you know anything about head coach Tony Trisciani, he doesn't like penalties to begin with. And a personal foul, especially when you're trying to get into range to put some points on the board, you don't want to get in trouble. So interesting to see what the strategy would be here for the Phoenix, going 15 yards back in only 40 seconds, no timeouts. And I'm sure they may be a little bit reserved here in how they handle it.
Just remember, New Hampshire gets the ball to begin the second half of play. Wildcats started the afternoon, one of 4 unbeatens in league play, 12 teams separated by a game in the standings. Salopek, straight drop, he'll air one out. It is incomplete. Zymir Winston got tangled up with Caleb Mead on the near sideline. No flag is thrown to make it 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I think just taking advantage of the one-on-one matchup on the outside, seeing if Zymir can at least get the ball or at least a penalty being called. I mean, 4 had turned. It was just the ball wasn't there yet, so that's just an outstanding play there by the New Hampshire defense. And with 34 seconds here, you just need to be careful. You don't want to make a big turnover and get the ball back to New Hampshire to try to get some points on the board.
Wildcats have also got 1 timeout left if they wanted to try to go that route. Snap, handoff given, Salopek will keep it himself, and Jack will scamper out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down and 3. There's been some quarterback design runs in this package. There's also been an opportunity to do that, to go out the back end on the zone read.
Yeah, and I think that's something that Jack brings to the table here, is that he has an opportunity to really utilize his legs and just be a little bit more mobile in that situation. Especially he could have gave it, that would have probably been getting eaten up. But running 3rd and short here with about 29 seconds left, Phoenix have an opportunity to maybe get the first down going to half, or if they do not get it, I can see New Hampshire calling a timeout and forcing the punt.
Salopek brings Brayboy in motion, and Chandler simply bobbled the jet sweep. They will rule it an incomplete pass. And
Ruling on the field is an incomplete pass.
Phoenix are a little bit fortunate because New Hampshire had 2 different guys in the area. Brayboy able to almost pick it up off of the ground, almost like a bouncing basketball. Although Chandler had to turn back, but he turned around and realized guys like Jackson Downing were in the neighborhood of the strong safety spot.
I don't even think Chandler was expecting the ball. That's an interesting call here, especially where you are on the field, and considering you're going into half. That could have been disastrous for the Phoenix. Got kind of bailed out there, considering where the ball was placed. But now you're punting, and I'm guaranteeing New Hampshire's in the house.
And Jeff Yerk cannot get it away. Punt is blocked, and New Hampshire will take it inside the 10. It is Duncan Moreland on the recovery, and Yerk continues to lay on the ground as he'll be attended to by the Elon training staff. Eric Storsved and company out for a visit, just going right up the middle, Kyrie.
I mean, there were 6 guys on who were all coming and came scot-free. It was just a disaster to think. I mean, honestly, looking at the play design, you knew it was something dangerous. That's where you got to go punt safe and protect your punter in that situation. But hopefully Jeff's okay in that situation. But once again, you go back to that 3rd down play. It's just that is not what can happen in a situation. And now you're giving New Hampshire life. 19 seconds. They still have their timeout, and they're going to try to get to the end zone.
It is Skinner who will get rewarded with the blocked kick. And then it will be Duncan Moreland, the Beverly Mass senior that you see on your screen, who comes away with the fumble recovery. That is a good sign right there to see the man from Southern Pines and Pinecrest jogging off the field, and he'll stop by and visit with the kicking game coordinator. Let's refer to him in the proper title.
Yeah.
For Mike Dahl, who will grab a couple of moments with Jeff Yerk, make sure everybody's good, and medical staff as well over to have a quick visit. Well, New Hampshire gets an opportunity. Morgan on 1st down. Looking, he'll set. Here comes the pressure. He'll zip one to the end zone, and it is caught. Back corner, and Logan Tomlinson makes the grab after a touchdown catch last Friday night. Tomlinson with his 5th touchdown catch of the year.
I mean, just in that situation, scrambling, got lost behind, and that's Tomlinson's one of the guys that can't get lost. I mean, good on New Hampshire. Once again, they just, looking at their defense held for so long, and then now they had an opportunity, gave the ball to their offense in a really good spot, and they put 6 on the board to get the momentum and make this a much closer ball game going into halftime.
It'll be Maisie on to attempt the point after. Snap, spot, kick is away, and it is good. So New Hampshire, who had been held to a grand total of 35 yards in the opening half, Kyrie, finds their way to a 1-play, 10-yard drive. And on a half that has seen the Wildcats go 2 for 7 in 3rd downs, held to -11 rushing yards, and held to just 12 minutes of possession, and out-snapped 34-25. The 22nd ranked team in the country only goes in down 3.
Yeah, and I think this is one of the worries of the Elon Phoenix. Came out playing fast, playing physical, taking advantage of the opportunities that they had. But New Hampshire, kind of like Western Carolina a month ago, was continuing to claw. Defense, I mean, 2 missed field goals in that situation, a blocked punt in that situation. The Phoenix are leaving the door open, and they need to learn how to slam the door shut, because New Hampshire, once again, we talked about this pregame, they are not going to beat themselves. They're not going to go away. So the Phoenix need to figure it out, and figure it out very fast.
Kickoff booted away. Brayboy will make the play inside the Elon 10. Chandler 25-30, 35-yard line, and then finally run down at the 37-yard line. Chance for one more final snap before the half draws to a close. You saw the scoring drive summary on your screen. Scoring drive summary is always presented to you by our friends at Wade's Jewelers in Gibsonville and Southport on the coast. It should not be stressful to celebrate life's big moments. Let our friends at Wade's make it easy. Head coach Tony Trisciani visits with Hannah Brady after this snap. And the Phoenix will go to the break after not having led in the last two home games. Elon will go to the break having led from the start at this one. 7 plays, 51 yards on the opening drive. Burko's field goal to 41 yards. Gave a 3-0 lead. It's been as many as 10. It's now back to 3, and Silver with the sack on Salapak. And fortunately, the half draws to a close because the Phoenix can try to get the hot hand of Silver cooled down during the break, as all of a sudden the Wildcat defensive front has made their presence felt. But give Elon credit. Having lost 3 straight at home, Phoenix on a fall break Saturday find themselves to a 3-point lead. Down to the sideline and hand us with the head coach.
Coach, despite giving up that touchdown, how have you liked the way your defense has held strong today?
I'm real proud of the defense. The way we came out, the juice we're playing with, the aggressive, putting them in a bad situation, that's on me. I tried to be aggressive there, tried to get the ball down the field there. Not being able to keep the clock running, that's on me. I put them in a bad spot.
Today for you guys, what have you liked out of your quarterback so far in this first half?
Yeah, Jack's running the offense right now. He's shown the ability to extend some plays, took a couple sacks. We got to get back to moving the football one snap at a time here and sustain some drives.
Thanks, Coach. Best of luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Taylor.
Hannah, thanks so much. Phoenix in front 10-7. All right, what did you like about the first 30 minutes?
Well, I think in the first quarter specifically, you saw a team both sides of the ball, and then also seeing it just going fast, playing physical. And then it started to really tail off there. You started to see some of the mistakes. The Phoenix have to understand this is a 4-quarter game, and so far they haven't put 4 quarters together. Special teams specifically, you're leaving points on the board. You gave up a touchdown there. Essentially, TD, I think that's a 13-point swing, and what could have happened within this game. So it's crazy to think about.
3 of the next 4 on the road. Phoenix have got 30 minutes to fully insert themselves back in the league title picture. Halftime report starts now. This is Elon Sports Vision.
Be a part of the vibrant culture of Elon University, where personal connections propel your journey. At Elon, potential is mentored into purpose, engagement, and influential leadership. Education transcends the classroom, driven by immersive experiences and hands-on opportunities. Dive in from day one to explore your passions and graduate as a leader ready to make a difference. Are you ready to begin your journey? Discover the possibilities at elon.edu.
We all have our own way of getting business done. You know how to wow them. We know how to help turn your big ideas into reality.
Loved your plan to expand the business. Here's what I can do.
Atlantic Union Bank. Any way you bank.
At McGurk's Pub, you'll feel the Philadelphia brotherly love in the food and atmosphere. Home to the tidal wave and the best cheesesteak south of Philly. McGurk's also has a local craft beer selection that pairs perfectly with our delicious nachos. Bring your friends and family to McGurk's, the best eats and atmosphere in Eli.
Some things in life are hard. Buying a car shouldn't be one of those things. And that's why more and more people are choosing modern Toyota in Winston-Salem. Modern makes it easy with over 900 new Toyotas to choose from. And you'll always get our lowest possible price. The friendly staff at Modern will help you choose the right Toyota for your needs. And our simplified paperwork makes it easy. We'll even deliver your new Toyota straight to your door. Get started today at moderntoyota.com.
Experience the Modern difference.
We all have our own way of getting business done. You know how to wow them. We know how to help turn your big ideas into reality.
Loved your plan to expand the business. Here's what I can do.
Atlantic Union Bank. Any way you bank.
Welcome back inside Rhodes Stadium. It's halftime here, and I'm Hannah Brady, joined alongside a very special guest, Brooke Buffington, the Assistant Vice President for Professional Student Development. Brooke, you're here for the Get in the Game opportunity and the National Marrow Donor Program. Will you just talk a little bit about the overview of this program?
Sure. The National Marrow Donor Program builds a registry of potential donors to help people with blood cancers like leukemia and lymphoma. They need as many people as possible to join the registry so that they can make as many matches as possible and potentially save lives.
You talked about that registry. How can people get more involved and become a part of this program and potentially be a real-life hero?
Absolutely. Well, we have a table here at the game, so we want you to stop by that table and learn more about NMDP. But you also can go online and order your own cheek swab kit. It's really quick and simple to be able to join the registry, and also just advocating for the National Marrow Donation Program, because the more people that join, the more opportunity there is for those that need marrow.
Now, I know with a program like this, there's always ties that make people want to continue and do this. What are the ties for you, and what does this program mean for you to get involved with?
Well, I had the honor and privilege of being a bone marrow donor. I actually joined a registry at a football game when I was a student athlete at North Carolina, and it's that registry joining that brought me to be a bone marrow donor. I donated anonymously to a woman in her 20s with leukemia, and she's still alive today because of that donation. So I was able to support the program in a huge way.
Well, that's amazing. And also, I did learn this week that you were a professional gymnast, a collegiate athlete at North Carolina, and you got a record perfect 10 on the beam. Being a student athlete, you just talked about that. How does that help you in your position here at Elon?
Oh, absolutely. It helps me to understand the pressures that our student athletes are under and how much their time is on the field and in the classroom and how much is asked of them. So I think just understanding everything that they're going through and being empathetic to that, while also knowing that they have big and huge aspirations outside of the sport as well.
Now, you said you might not be able to do a perfect 10 on the beam, but you said you could possibly do a cartwheel. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's see it. Student athlete still. And there you go. That was beautiful form. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Brooke Buffington. Thank you so much for coming on and spending a few minutes and just honoring the program.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Well, stay with us. We got a whole lot more in store for you here inside Rhodes Stadium at halftime. Don't go anywhere.
Halftime report rolls on. The Fire of the Carolinas wrapping up their halftime performance under the direction of Jonathan Paquette as the Phoenix in front by a count of 10-7. Let's take you through the scoreboard at the break. We begin in the Coastal Athletic Association. A fairly light afternoon of work as Albany's jumped out to the 17-10 lead on Bryan in the fourth quarter. Delaware up 9 on Maine at the end of the third, and then a couple of non-conference games to round things out. Brown leads Rhode Island 21-17 after the Rams escaped Hampton last week with the 46-44 win, and Towson in front of Norfolk State by the 14-10 count with 3 minutes left before the halftime break. Finals from earlier this afternoon over at the shadow of the Lawrence Joel in Winston-Salem in the Dixie Classic Fair. 10th ranked Clemson knocks off Wake Forest 49-14. Another shootout in Chapel Hill for the second consecutive week. Georgia Tech in front 34-31 with $1:45 left. As we roll through a few more scores on this second Saturday in October, Stanford and Notre Dame about set to go. 3:30 for the kick for California, and 22nd ranked Pittsburgh as well. Welcome to the ACC for the Golden Bears. Late night, Saturday night, East Coast time in Berkeley last week, and they'll draw the afternoon kick in the Steel City this afternoon. 3:30 on the grounds of the University of Virginia for the Louisville and Virginian matchup. Final from earlier, 7th ranked Alabama survives the opportunity to drop a second straight. They win at home over South Carolina 27-25. So to come, 4th ranked Penn State and Southern Cal go at 3:30, and the annual Red River rivalry in the shadow of the Texas State Fair from the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. Top ranked Texas and Oklahoma at 3:30 as well. We're back to take you through the highlights of the opening half when we roll on. Phoenix in front by 3, 10-7. This is Elon Football on Elon Sports Vision and Flow Sports.
Some things in life are hard. Buying a car shouldn't be one of those things. And that's why more and more people are choosing modern Toyota in Winston-Salem. Modern makes it easy with over 900 new Toyotas to choose from. And you'll always get our lowest possible price. The friendly staff at Modern will help you choose the right Toyota for your needs. And our simplified paperwork makes it easy. We'll even deliver your new Toyota straight to your door. Get started today at moderntoyota.com.
Experience the modern difference.
Alamance Community College invites you to step through our doors into a world of opportunity. It's the perfect place to find your key to success. Earn a 2-year degree at ACC through hands-on training in more than 40 careers. Go to the head of the class in today's technology-driven workplace. Want a 4-year degree? ACC can help you start your BA through university transfer. Earn your first 2 years of credits at a fraction of the cost. Click on alamancecc.edu to learn more. At McGurk's Pub, you'll feel the Philadelphia brotherly love in the food and atmosphere. Home to the tidal wave and the best cheesesteak south of Philly. McGurk's also has a local craft beer selection that pairs perfectly with our delicious nachos. Bring your friends and family to McGurk's, the best eats and atmosphere in Elon.
Elon in front by 3 with Kyrie Walker on Taylor Durham. Let's show you how we got here. Phoenix take the opening kick. Zach Salopek gets the starting nod at quarterback, and boy, Kyrie, you couldn't script it any better. First 3 drives between the two teams. Elon, 13 plays, 128 yards, and 10 points. And UNH, a 3 and out.
Yeah, I think one thing that New Hampshire has done, they just did a great job just plugging along. Yep. Obviously, that is not the offensive first half that they wanted, but guess what? I guarantee you they will gladly take playing the level of offense they have, the execution that they didn't have, going into half, and getting the ball only down 3 points. So I think that's a win for them. So the Phoenix better strap up their helmets nice and tight because New Hampshire, they feel like it's a new ball game and they have an opportunity to make a statement on their first drive.
The Phoenix excelled at certain points in 2 of the 3 phases, offensive and defensive, but certainly a rough first 30 minutes in the special teams department. Jack Berkowitz misses 2 of his 3 field goals, and Jeff Yurt gets a punt block late in Elon territory that leads to the New Hampshire touchdown. You get a look at the halftime stats, and Kyrie, the number that jumps out is the total yard number, 187 to 45, and a bevy of that is the minus 11 rushing yards. This is an Elon defense that came in giving up 165 per ball game on the ground.
Yeah, and I think the Elon defense has done a phenomenal job. They're in a tough situation on that last play after the block punt. But once again, you can look at all the stats and the yards, and the Phoenix are winning those battles. If you look up top, it's a 10-7 ball game. The Phoenix need to figure out how to put points on the board and finish drives. Berkowitz and his 2 missed field goals, the block punt that led to a touchdown. No matter how great the defensive effort has been, I mean, this is still a 3-point ball game that can go any way. So the Phoenix have to make sure they continue their rhythm. They're utilizing their speed. The play calling has been pretty good for the most part, but the execution is going to be the big part here because it's going to be a very, very important second half for both of these teams, and who's going to be able to determine who's going to walk out of Rose Stadium with the victory.
Sitting here looking at the drive chart, the thing that jumps out to me, Phoenix wind up having to punt it away 3 different times, and really until about the 3-minute mark of the first half, Phoenix had things moving offensively. Kyrie, over the final 3 minutes of work, the Elon is held to, by my count, 7 plays and minus 7 in yardage.
I mean, if you look at 4 of the first 5 drives, TD, I mean, you had 2 field goal attempts, you had a field goal make, and you had a touchdown. You had 1 punt, but you had the ball moving. So the Phoenix have to get back to that play calling, and I think it's the utilization of the middle of the field, being able to with the run game, because right now the offensive tackles are getting beat, and they're getting beat pretty bad, and I think they're leaving those one-on-one matchups. It may be important to go to a two tight set to really provide a little bit more protection and allow for a little more time and for the offense to get into a flow.
Hannah Brady joins us next. We'll get you the second half play-by-play. Phoenix in front by 3, 10-7. Back we come to Rhodes Stadium on this fall break Saturday. This is Elon Football on Elon Sports Vision. Just about ready to get the second half started. Before we do, down to the Elon sideline. Hampton Farms Peanuts presents our sideline reports throughout the season, and our sideline reporter, Hannah Brady.
Well, Taylor, the Phoenix up by 3 despite giving up that touchdown to the Wildcats going into the half has looked every bit as recharged as Coach Trisciani has said that they were going to be. But coming into today, he knew that New Hampshire was going to challenge them on their finishing skills. And that means being disciplined, defend the pass, and ultimately getting back to establishing the run. But the defense has kept the main thing all week. They went back to the fundamentals. They wanted to focus on that, which means how they pursue the ball, tackle, and practice taking the football away. And defensive coordinator Devontae Edwards said you have to find out the true character of your team in between the highs and lows. And today I think we're seeing that, guys.
Hannah, thanks so much. Caleb Mead back to return the kickoff as Jake Marion will boot it away. New Hampshire has not won at Rhodes Stadium since 2016. A ball game that was played on a Friday night because of a tropical storm that would blow in to the Piedmont Triad and the Triangle. The next day it would have great impact on Notre Dame, NC State, and Raleigh, and would turn the Tar Heels and Hokies in the late afternoon game in Keenan into a quagmire as Marion, for the first time on the afternoon, will boot one into the middle of the block letters ELON, and New Hampshire will get it first down and 10 from their own 25. If you told me that first half, 10-7 and 15 different drives, I'd have told you that just doesn't seem right.
It wouldn't, but at the same time, that's where we're at right now, TD. And I also want to say congratulations on outstanding utilization of quagmire in that sense. That is an Elon education right there. Outstanding. Well done. But this second half, I think this is a good opportunity for New Hampshire. They had the opportunity to look at some areas they've missed, and I think they're going to come out and understand they can make some plays on this defense, but it's going to take a little bit of time. That's not the way to start.
Nope, Seth Morgan had it tipped away. And Kasim Moore, the guy that get to it, simply continuing his work in the opening half. 2 tackles, including a sack, which also classifies as the tackle for losses. Moore and Brown got there at the same time, along with Caleb Curtin. 2 different Food Lion feeds sacked to get back in the opening frame.
Well, I'll tell you, with Kasim Moore, he has to use every inch of that 6'5" frame. He's capable of making big plays like that, but the busting coverage here for the Phoenix.
Yep, Morgan will simply unload. Tomlinson makes the catch. It'll be enough for a first down to the New Hampshire 36-yard line. And so the first down after the 11-yard gain for Logan Tomlinson, who comes in first in the conference and 4th in the country with 35 catches, 7 per ball game. This is Seed on the handoff. Simply got by Josh Johnson and runs right into Baker, the safety. And boy, 99 almost had him behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, those are plays when the Phoenix have to make sure they're getting them down behind the line of scrimmage. But that's just an outstanding job of just keeping the feet moving there by Seed. You know, that's easily a 2-yard loss, baby, but a bunch of reach, a lot of reaching from the Elon defensive line, and thus a running back of that size, that stature, and moving their feet. Outstanding job of him making something out of nothing and putting him in a pretty decent position for second down.
Devontae Edwards referred to him as a bowling ball earlier this week. 5'9", 206. He's got it again. And Josh Johnson this time is not tardy, as he'll simply yank him down at the 41 after the 2-yard carry, make it 3rd and 5.
I think one of the big things there of watching Josh Johnson on that play is he put his foot in the ground and he took an outstanding pursuit angle, and then he, sacrificed his body diving. He knew who he had on that play. He just made a big dive, and there was an opportunity because once again, if Seed is able to work north, he can make some people miss, and that's a big play. So now 3rd and medium here for the New Hampshire offense, and the defense for Elon. They need to make a play to try to get themselves off the field.
Maybe not Christmas greetings, but certainly Halloween holiday greetings being exchanged after the play had drawn for the close. 3rd down, New Hampshire in the opening half, 2 for 7, and make them 2 for 8 on the afternoon as the ball intended for McKinney. And Caleb Curtin in coverage will force the punt by UNH. It will be their 5th punt of the afternoon and the 3rd time of the last 4 drives.
I think one of the big things, they need to get 55 off the field for yelling for no reason, Laura. We don't need that at all. But specifically talking in that play, I think the Phoenix have to make sure that they're kind of locked in here, because the thing about it is, when they're able to have a little bit of pressure on the quarterback, once again, I'll say it, Seth Morgan with a little pressure in his face, that makes his clock go a little quicker, and he gets the ball out faster. He just tries to do something. But he has time in a clean pocket. New Hampshire has plenty of opportunities to get back into this, perhaps take the lead down the road.
Spiraling kick by Lehane, who was fantastic in the opening half. Bryson Scott, he'll pinball out, and now got a save. 30, 35, coming to the near sideline, and finally run out of bounds at the 48-yard line. And my goodness, the punter, Lehane, had to step in and work his own opportunity on the defensive end.
I think one thing about some of the skill players is when they have unathletic moments, when you get sniped by the turf monster in the grass like Bryson Scott did in the first half, you get some laughs, you get some jokes, and then you really want to showcase yourself, and that's an outstanding job by Bryson, just keeping his feet moving, finding the outside, finding his blocks. He didn't force it where it wasn't at, and then get out of the Phoenix. They're on the other side of the 50. Great opportunity for this offense to put it together a strong drive, especially considering how their last three ended.
Kyrie, that's a true freshman that's kind of found his way into the rotation through some guys being banged up. DJ Hamilton being one of them, Jesse Powell earlier as well. But Scott's kind of found his way into being able to help out in this opening year. Salopek with Hardy in motion. Jack will run the play action, going to the far side, and simply incomplete. Zamir Winston cannot hang on to it. In coverage that time is Meade as well as Jackson Downing.
I think, Jack put the ball right on Zamir there. He has to make sure he brings that in, help his offense there a little bit. But now, second and 10 for the Phoenix. They have to be really aware of where they are. They want to just kind of get a drive going. You don't want to go 3 and out in this type of situation, especially off of the big play and the big return of the punt.
By my count, 2 of his last 8 for the Irwin, Pennsylvania native. Salopek. Handoff, give it to Thomas. TJ trying to find a little bit of a seam, and does. Across the midfield stripe into UNH territory at the 48-yard line. Gain of 4 will make it 3rd and 6.
And I think, TJ just being a little patient there, working to the outside, but this is not necessarily where the Phoenix want to be. They want to be in 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, not necessarily in 3rd and 6. So this is a little bit outside of their range, but somebody, if the ball is coming to them, they have to make the play. The ball can't hit them in the hands or hit them in the chest and bounce, because that's what's happened the last few times, and that's been ultimately drive killers.
Outside of the Thomas touchdown run, Elon 17 carries, 36 total yards on the ground. Winston in motion to the top of your screen across the formation. Salopek, straight drop, looking, pocket holds. He'll check one down, and TJ just simply has it go right through his hands. Perkins is covering Wande Owens, the Yale transfer, as well, standing right there as you get a look at it from our friends at Elon Sports Vision.
Well, that ball was a little bit behind TJ, but once again, in talking about the Elon offense and the drive killers that they've had, there's so many balls that have hit the chest and dropped on the ground. The wide receivers and the running backs have to help Jack out in this situation, because dropping passes like that is not allowing them to extend their drives, and you're putting your defense back on the field. So great stop by.
Fake on the special teams play, and he will unfortunately skip it into the dirt. Will Langford protest the call, and Langford simply waving his hand that he'd like it to be reviewed if that's at all possible.
The fake was there. York, if you just kept the ball up a little bit, that's an easy first down for the Phoenix, and we'll see what happens here.
Paul Matt Overton is signaling a first down as you get a look at the replay. Oh, my goodness. I think Will Langford's got a great case and a great opportunity.
I think he scooped it up to himself. I don't know if that ball hit the ground. That's a good look from the Sport Vision team. We'll see. Oh, that's a catch.
Yes, it is, and that is a fantastic job by our entire.
Go back.
Replay and camera team.
One more frame, stop there. That's going to be tricky. Yeah, I think his hand's under it. I can't tell if the nose of the ball is on the ground, but I think it may be.
Well, I think it's right there. See, that's the look right there that I keep coming back to, when the hand cradles the nose of the football. It makes you think that it's there.
You think that, TD, but once again, we are 2 for 762 on these in that situation. I'm trying to see where the back of that ball is, and you can't really tell, but the call on the field was incomplete. And once again, that inconclusive word is It is going to be something that's going to be big here. We'll see. But that's a great effort there by Will Langford in that opportunity. But a great looks provided by the Sport Vision team. I think in talking to the Phoenix and looking at the Phoenix, obviously those plays are in there. And I think Yerk could have put it a little bit more on the money because he had nothing but space there for Langford. This is a big play in this game, huge play, because now potentially, that's great field position for New Hampshire to get the ball, or it's the first down for the Phoenix if they have the ball.
Let us take a moment and to acknowledge and say thanks to our fantastic crew, especially those that are providing you a great look at Will Langford's attempted catch of the fake punt. Nate Romano and Anthony Eppolito have been tremendous on the replay side, and then the cast of thousands on the camera side. Richard Kleckner, Anthony Bamford, Scott Katz, Eddie Tifo, as well as Harry Haber and Jack Gill.
The ruling on the play stands. It's incomplete pass. First down for New Hampshire.
And you hear the voice of Paul Matt Overton tell you that after the play, or after the review, the ruling on the field will stand, and so the Phoenix will turn it over on downs after the fake punt. And an afternoon that has been a little bit of everything on the special team side. Continues to roll on. New Hampshire's got it, trailing by 3 on a first down. This is Seed. He'll get it to the midfield stripe into Elon territory before he is forced out. Marco Paterno losing the white helmet. And he'll have to sit for one snap. And the gain will be to the 46, so make it second down and 4.
Yeah, I mean, great first play there by New Hampshire. Realistically, just taking advantage of getting to the outside, trying to work the outside of this Elon defense. And he's had a lot of success there rather than between the tackles. So I think that's something that they'll probably go back to here in the duration of this game.
Morgan on the afternoon, 10 for 20. After chucking it 47 times last Friday night, he'll throw the deep ball down the sideline, and the catch is made. Joey Corcoran hauls it in, the junior from out of Montreal.
Well, TD, I told you, they're going after also Brooks, especially when Corcoran's on him. So Morgan's just hoping that his offensive line can give him enough time. And like I said, he just didn't have to move his feet a lot right there in the pocket, throwing the jump ball, one-on-one matchup versus also Brooks. So also Brooks has to make sure he really into his keys. But right now, Corcoran's winning that battle. And I guarantee you, as soon as Tuna's on the field, they're going to take a look. So he has to continue to play with this skill because New Hampshire likes that matchup, and they're going to continue going to it.
Fourth catch for 49 yards on the afternoon for Corcoran. Receiver in motion across the formation. Morgan fakes the screen. Now he'll come right back to it. That's McKinney, who is simply upended behind the line of scrimmage. Dylan Tucker, who had the earlier pick, does the honors all the way back to the Elon 31.
I mean, that's an outstanding play there by D-Tuck. He saw the matchup. He waited, kind of baited him into throwing that ball, and then put his foot in the ground. And great job just wrapping up, just making enough of the contact to get him down, because that was him on an island there, and he won that matchup. So second and long here for UNH.
Phoenix have had a couple of the white helmets pop off here on this drive. Tucker will now have to take a quick seat for a moment or two. Second and 19. Tight end Ramshaw to the near side. Now they'll bring Burke across the formation. Morgan shoots one out, and it's Tomlinson who will make the grab, although Baker simply walks over and says he did not control it. But I believe they will spot it inside the 25 to the 24.
That call, Baker, oh no. Oh boy. I think it's going to be chirping back to the referee there on sportsmanlike conduct on the Phoenix.
Penalty flag thrown near the sideline. Let's wait and see. Paul Matt Overton trying to get everything cleaned up. Line judge Kristen Keel over for a
After
visit.
the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense, number 55, This is his first unsportsmanlike of the game. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
And it's the guy that you've mentioned a couple of times here in the second half is Jake Loro, flagged for the personal foul and the unsportsmanlike conduct.
Listen, I get playing with passion. I get being frustrated sometimes, but after the play, you got to get over it. You got to reset, because now that was an opportunity for you and your team. I mean, they were back. They were back. You're setting up for a third down, and now it's first and 10 with an opportunity to get another first down before getting to the goal line. That's a selfish penalty. You can't have those. Those are the ones that Coach Trisciani is going to drive him crazy. That's not a combat penalty. So the defense is going to have to gear up now, because New Hampshire's making their move to try to get back and get in the lead of this game.
Ball at the Elon 12. The snap, handoff, give it a C. Trying to get the corner, turned and cannot. As it is Baker and Moore who come away to make the stop. Khalil Baker, excuse me. It is not Baker that comes up to make the stop on the play, but rather Jonathan Robinson and Cassine Moore as well in pursuit. The man from Vanceboro has been fantastic this afternoon.
Well, the Phoenix know their backs are against the wall in this moment, because they understand they give up 6, you're down. So, you want to at least hold them to a field goal try in this situation, and it's second and 7. So this is another big play here, and the Phoenix will have to be tough, because UNH feel like they have all the momentum on their side.
Snap, handoff, give it a C, nowhere to go, and he is simply flipped to the ground. As coming up to make the stop is Brandon Tyson, but penalty flags on the play, and let's wait and see. Isaac Seed got up pointing at the Phoenix defense.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a face mask here on the Phoenix on that play, which is once again
personal foul, face mask, defense, number 7. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
They will mark Moore for the face mask penalty, as the Phoenix are penalized for the 6th time on the afternoon. They will go half the distance to the goal, so it'll be inside the 5.
Yeah, and obviously that's not intentional there by Cassine Moore, but in that situation, can't have that. He was kind of reaching just to slow him down, went to his face mask. And once again, that's another penalty, though, that's helping the UNH offense moving. I mean, UNH has done some things, but the Elon kind of lack of discipline on a few plays has really allowed them to push on this drive. So it's a little bit of both things. UNH is rolling, but the Phoenix are helping out. And so first and goal here for UNH.
First and goal from the 4. They'll run the option coming to the far side, and Tomlinson will simply walk it in. Moore and Curtin both tried to have an angle on him, but Logan Tomlinson, his first rushing touchdown of the season, goes along with the earlier touchdown catch. And just like that, the 22nd ranked team in the country, New Hampshire, who trailed 10-0, finds their way to a 3-point, soon-to-be 4-point advantage, as Maisie will try to knock home the point after.
I mean, that's just a tough drive for the Phoenix. A lot of self-imposed wounds there, and that's, I mean, UNH doing what they do. They just take advantage of the moment. Big 7 for them. Now they're up 4.
Yep. Snap, spot, kick is away and good. 5 plays, 52 yards, and 3:47 off the clock. We head to the break. This is Elon Football from Elon Sports Vision and FloFootball.
Dear Triad, we see you driving by us every day, whether off to work or ready to play, heading over to a beautiful park, just in time for a fun family walk, or windows open, zipping around for quick bite with friends right downtown. Your Toyota takes you most everywhere, and we ensure you get there with the utmost of care. Oh, Triad, we sure love you dearly. Yours, most sincerely, Cox Toyota. Before you buy, give Cox a try.
Alamance Community College invites you to step through our doors into a world of opportunity. It's the perfect place to find your key to success. Earn a 2-year degree at ACC through hands-on training in more than 40 careers. Go to the head of the class in today's technology-driven workplace. Want a 4-year degree? ACC can help you start your BA through university transfer. Earn your first 2 years of credits at a fraction of the cost. Click on alamadcc.edu to learn more.
8:13 left to play in the third quarter, and New Hampshire leads for the first time on the day. The Wildcats have reversed the trick after they watched Harvard come back from a 10-0 deficit last Friday night to win 28-23. Quick reminder, this afternoon's game between the Phoenix and Wildcats, presented by Cone Health, takes an entire team to come out on top with an extensive network of doctors and specialists, nationally recognized hospitals, and the convenience of 24/7 video visits. Cone Health is right here with you to help you win at health. This will be Brayboy for the Phoenix on the return opportunity, and Chandler takes it back to the 25-yard line, and that is where Jack Salopek and the Phoenix offense will go to work.
That was a rough drive for the Phoenix defense. Just a lot of missed opportunities and a lot of assistance of UNH, but you got to give UNH a lot of credit. They're not beating themselves. That's the type of team that they are. You know, I think from a physicality standpoint and from a speed standpoint, maybe a slight advantage to the Phoenix, but one thing New Hampshire has done this season, they don't beat themselves. They try to play a clean brand of football with minimal mistakes and just take advantage of your mistakes, and that's exactly what the offense did on that drive, and it led to a touchdown.
10 plays to just 4 here in the third quarter. New Hampshire reversing the script on the Phoenix from the first 15 minutes. Brayboy in motion, snap, handoff given to Rashawn Baker, and Baker, with Brayboy trying to run the eye candy, will simply find his way back to the line of scrimmage, and that will be it. As coming in to make the tackle is Brendan Ty, 5'11", senior from out of Lowell, Mass, as well as Zach Garrett, the junior from out of Bedford, New Hampshire.
Well, one thing the Phoenix have done, just the pace and the tempo has slowed down a little bit, but that's allowed for New Hampshire to realistically get things rolling. Now with the empty backfield, it's going to be important for the Phoenix to keep Salopek clean.
4 wide receivers to the top of your screen. Salopek looking. Here comes the pressure. Jack's got to escape. He'll simply check it down to TJ Thomas, and Thomas gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that is it. Boy, New Hampshire simply reads that one. Noah Stansberry comes up with the tackle. Brandon Perkins, who had a career-high 8 stops last Friday night, joins him on the back end. Makes it 3rd down and 10, and this is the thing the Phoenix stayed away from in the opening half. 3rd and long opportunities.
Well, the play was kind of designed to be a quick running back screen. However, they went to the fake and tried to get Brayboy one-on-one. Great job by the New Hampshire defense, not biting on the fake, staying in that zone. And that created a little bit of chaos for Jack, and he had to just get it out.
Salopek looking. Here comes the pressure, and he is sacked. Penalty flag on the play. It is Toscano that makes the sack. And let's wait and see. More than likely, this is holding against the Phoenix, but we'll get the number and everything else.
Offense, number 69. Penalties declined. It's 4th down.
Michael Muldrow Jr., redshirt freshman from out of Tyrone, Georgia, gets called for the hold.
Well, he kind of just threw the defensive lineman down. The Phoenix offensive line are getting bullied, specifically on that play. Even in a pass set, you have to strike. You can't wait. And when you wait, one thing New Hampshire's defensive line is doing, they're just getting into their bodies, and they're pushing the pile back right into the face of Jack Salopek. That's exactly what they did there. So there's just a great rush with the Phoenix defense being our offensive line passive, and that's what cost them on that play.
Jeff Yerk will get this one away. It is a spiraling kick that will be fielded at the New Hampshire 23, and then Jonathan Robinson hangs on, and it will send us to the media timeout as Robinson makes the stop. 2 teams that have combined for 272 yards of total offense. Elon trails by 4.
Alamance Community College invites you to step through our doors into a world of opportunity. It's the perfect place to find your key to success. Earn a 2-year degree at ACC through hands-on training in more than 40 careers. Go to the head of the class in today's technology-driven workplace. Want a 4-year degree? ACC can help you start your BA through university transfer. Earn your first 2 years of credits at a fraction of the cost. Click on alamadcc.edu to learn more. At McGurk's Pub, you'll feel the Philadelphia brotherly love in the food and atmosphere. Home to the tidal wave and the best cheesesteak south of Philly. McGurk's also has a local craft beer selection that pairs perfectly with our delicious nachos. Bring your friends and family to McGurk's, the best eats and atmosphere in Elon.
Some things in life are hard. Buying a car shouldn't be one of those things. And that's why more and more people are choosing modern Toyota in Winston-Salem. Modern makes it easy with over 900 new Toyotas to choose from. And you'll always get our lowest possible price. The friendly staff at Modern will help you choose the right Toyota for your needs. And our simplified paperwork makes it easy. We'll even deliver your new Toyota straight to your door. Get started today at moderntoyota.com.
Experience the modern difference.
Phoenix Trail 14-10 down to the sideline we go. Hampton Farms presents Hannah Brady.
Well, Taylor, things are getting chippy down here on the field after the defense came off of that last drive. Defensive coordinator Devontae Edwards came over to his group and he gave them a few words. He said, I know the way that they are talking, but keep the discipline. Don't talk with your mouth, talk with your pads. They can't beat us if we play clean and smart football, guys.
Hannah, thanks so much. Phoenix defense back out, ready to go. As Morgan will drop back, pitches one out. This is Corcoran who will make the grab across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Gain on the play will be of 13 yards.
Well, you know, once again, Corcoran's lined up against Quavis House of Brooks, and that is the matchup that they are going to keep going to. Once again, that's just going to be the matchup how they play. So how can the Elon defense help in those situations? One, defensive line has to get off of pass blocks. They are not getting, in comparison to the first half, they're not getting Morgan off of his block, so he feels comfortable. He's in the backyard on a Saturday throwing with his friends and just getting the ball where it needs to be because the D-line is not creating that pressure on the outside or the inside. Someone has to get in his face or Morgan's going to continue to find the rhythm and find that matchup that we're looking for right now.
On first down, handoff, give it to Seed. Seed finds a little bit of a seam, but then runs into trouble. Nick Velos there on the back end, Dylan Tucker there on the front end. As Isaac Seed will take it to what should be the 43-yard line and a gain of 6, 2nd and 4. What have you seen in terms of the changes Rick Santos and his offensive staff went through during the halftime for New Hampshire? Because it feels like they're able to get more time and able to do some more things in the run game.
Well, they're going more of a kind of group kind of blocking scheme on the offensive line instead of the one-on-one matchups. They're trying to keep anything close, but then also they're just looking for, you know, the matchup of where Corcoran's going to be. But then the last drive especially, they're just taking advantage of Elon mistakes and penalties, and they're just taking advantage of the run game and missed tackles like that. But the Phoenix are just now playing a gas version, which they cannot do against a team like this.
Yep, and Isaac Seed once again stands up the Phoenix defenders into Elon territory to the 47-yard line on the carry and another first down. And as we mentioned it earlier, guy who came into the afternoon 10th best in the league at 338 yards and almost 5.5 per tote, starting to get cranked up. 10 for 35. New Hampshire now 34 yards in the quarter on the ground.
Well, TD, what I'm seeing from that New Hampshire offensive line, that they're eating their Wheaties right now. They're taking the Elon defensive line and taking them anywhere that they want to go, and the rush lanes right now are huge, allowing their running game to just thrive and get 7-8 yards per tote.
Handoff, give it a Seed, and once again finds his way inside the Elon 40 to the 39-yard line. And just to underscore Kyrie's point, an 8-yard carry that time, and boy, Kyrie, this is right up the gut.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, no disrespect here to Jake Laurel, love 55 for everything, but he's taken and he's almost pushed 4 yards left. So that is just a huge amount of space for the run game to go where it needs to be, and then that's on the linebacker. So realistically, once again, New Hampshire's O-line, they're feasting right now, and that's why you just saw kind of a flight change for the Elon D-line.
Yep, third-year sophomore, Brandon Smiley in the ball game. Handoff going up the middle, given to Denzel Gibson. First time he's toted the rock on the afternoon, and Gibson will find his way back to the line of scrimmage, make it third down, let's call it 2 from the 39-yard line. Gibson came into the afternoon just 98 yards on the season, and 16 yards being the longest tote. Tells you how much one-sided the 1-2 combo may be in Durham.
Yeah, this may be a two-down type of situation. If I'm coach and I'm looking at my offensive line and what they're doing is just, hey, get off the ball, hit somebody, and then follow that lead block, because they're winning those battles up front at the moment.
Pistol set. Morgan will seed behind him. Morgan will keep it himself. He's got the first and will simply lean his way forward. New Hampshire Wildcats are pointing that he's got the first. Olajide, the left tackle, signals it, and indeed he is accurate.
Yeah, I think
Gain
that's
to the 37.
Yeah, I think one of the big things for Caleb Curtin there, he kind of came in a little wild. And great job by Morgan, just kind of hitting with a stutter step and just being able to get north, because if he continues to go in that direction and doesn't hit that stutter step, he's running right into Curtin. So that's just a good move, a smart move by Seth Morgan there in his first down Wildcats.
Morgan 13 for 23 on the afternoon. He'll flip one out. Pass is caught. And that is Corcoran, who will take it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Gain of 8 on the play. And second down and 2.
Yeah, you can kind of see the defensive firepower, especially after that last drive, is that they are not playing with the same energy and spark, especially getting off the ball. And once again, New Hampshire, slow start offensively, but I think it's kind of like we saw with Western Carolina last month, just staying with the game plan, staying consistent. And that's what they feel like they have the Phoenix right now on their heels, and they do, because they're going a good mix of throw and run, and they're just finding what they want offensively at the moment.
Morgan's hit on 5 of his last 7. Give us the seed. He'll run away from also Brooks, and then down the far sideline inside the 20. He will take it to the 19-yard line. Gain of 10 on the play. And that'll be enough for another Wildcat first down.
TD, that's another missed tackle there by Sinquavius Alson Brooks. If anything, on that one-on-one moment, you want to get on his outside shoulder and kind of turn him back inside to the cavalry where it's going. He went head on, and a quick little stiff arm, gets him out of the way, and that takes a potential loss in that play, turns it into a first down. So once again, New Hampshire just finding these moments, taking advantage of scheme and how they're being coached, and just doing the things that they practice and translating it to the field, and now they can see the end zone.
Yep, the former Keydets only got to snap it one more time here in the quarter. Morgan brings Corcoran in motion. Snap, handoff, give it a Seed, and Seed simply runs right into the waiting arms of Marco Paterno, the Mike linebacker, but it'll send us to the end of the quarter. New Hampshire got a touchdown toward the end of the opening half, which got them back in the ball game and only trailing by 3 at the break. And they simply control the tempo of the third 15 minutes. New Hampshire with the only points in the quarter, a touchdown, and it's why they find themselves in front by 4. Back we come for the fourth quarter from Rhodes.
Hampton Farms peanuts, roasted with delicious flavor inside the shell. Available in salted, unsalted, and Cajun hot in the produce section of a grocery store near you. Shell, yeah.
We all have our own way of getting business done. You know how to wow them. We know how to help turn your big ideas into reality.
Loved your plan to expand the business. Here's what I can do.
Atlantic Union Bank. Any way you bank.
Dear Triad, we see you driving by us every day, whether off to work or ready to play, heading over to a beautiful park, just in time for a fun family walk, or windows open, zipping around for quick bite with friends right downtown. Your Toyota takes you most everywhere, and we ensure you get there with the utmost of care. Oh, Triad, we sure love you dearly. Yours, most sincerely, Cox Toyota. Before you buy, give Cox a try.
Hampton Farms peanuts, roasted with delicious flavor inside the shell. Available in salted, unsalted, and Cajun hot in the produce section of a grocery store near you. Shell, yeah.
We all have our own way of getting business done. You know how to wow them. We know how to help turn your big ideas into reality.
Loved your plan to expand the business. Here's what I can do.
Atlantic Union Bank. Any way you bank.
Phoenix are out, snapped 19-7 in the third quarter. We begin the start of the fourth. New Hampshire's got its second down and 9 inside the red zone. Morgan with a receiver in motion. He'll keep it himself and is simply wrapped up. Josh Johnson. Kyrie, he's been in the neighborhood multiple times this afternoon. And the man from out of Salem, New Jersey, finally got there.
And I think that's one of the big things for Josh Johnson there. He did an outstanding job of kind of staying home, trusting his keys. He didn't overcommit to one. He made sure Morgan still had the ball before committing in, and he made the play, because if he doesn't stick with Morgan and he goes down with the running back, Morgan's probably running in for 6 right here. So the Phoenix, 3rd and long, they have to make a stop and lead this to a field goal try here to get the ball back to the offense to get something rolling.
Just in case you're wondering, Mays has hit on 5 out of his last 6 when the afternoon got started. The snap on 3rd down, looking for the end zone. Got a man, and it is incomplete. Also Brooks in coverage on Corcoran, but it will bring up a 4th down. And the first opportunity of the afternoon for Nick Mazy, who hit 3 of these last Friday night against Harvard, including a long 52. This one at let's call it 37-38, smack dab in the middle. Snap, spot, kick is away, and it is good. So New Hampshire moves it to a 7-point advantage. Wildcats have struck for 17 unanswered, but yet give the Phoenix defense credit. Right now, not quite sure Elon could have handled the double-digit deficit, still within a touchdown, still with an opportunity.
I think the firepower of this offense allows it to happen, but now, this is where you've kind of allowed for New Hampshire, especially with the stops, the missed field goals, the last few drives. If you just look at it, they've just really built up a lot of confidence. And if you look at from the last touchdown where the Phoenix scored to make it 10-0, I mean, honestly, if you look at all of those drives after that, that defense has really buckled down. And there hasn't been a double-digit yardage drive since the second quarter. So the Phoenix need to figure something out. They need to get something going, need to get to go something fast, because they have 14 minutes, and New Hampshire's defense is playing with a lot of confidence right now. And if you look at it, their last couple of drives, there hasn't been a drive past 5 since 8 minutes within the second quarter. So Phoenix gonna have to wake up immediately.
Mazy will boot it away after the field goal effort. A sky kick. Brayboy will come up to receive it, and he'll take it at the 15, the 20, the 25, and Chandler pinballed around just a touch. And they'll tee it up at the 25, 26-yard line, I believe, the 25. Kyrie, the number that jumps out right now, take out the T.J. Thomas touchdown run. Elon has been held to just 19 runs and 28 yards. An offense that came in 13th in the league at 123 per contest.
Well, you got to get a lot of credit to New Hampshire and their defensive front and how they've played. They've dictated it, not only from the pass rush on the ends, winning the battle against the offensive tackles, but their big boys on the inside have dominated the competition realistically from the guard. I mean, both guards in the center, they're winning those matchups consistently, and that's where the game has changed.
They are going to look at something on a replay. For the life of me, I can't tell you what they're getting ready to look at. Paul Matt Overton's going to tell us here in just a moment, but the replay officials
there was an
right
invalid
next to us.
signal by the receiving team on the play. The ball is dead where it's caught. That was at the 11-yard line. It will be first down.
T.J. Thomas signaled for the fair catch in front of Chandler Brayboy. Yes.
Yeah.
And so they will back it up to the 11-yard line, and there you look at it. As Thomas simply started up high. He tried to go low.
Yeah, he did.
But he started up high enough that they will rule it as a fair catch called for.
Yeah.
And so back it up, let's say 15 yards. And that's where the Irwin, Pennsylvania native and Jack Salopek will have a go.
Yeah, I mean, that's a rookie mistake there on Thomas, and that puts the Phoenix back in an even larger situation.
Snap handoff given to TJ. Thomas trying to get a little bit of it back and does. He'll gain 2. So make it 2nd down and 8 at the 13. They've got all the time in the world to still work with.
But I think the one thing you see a little bit different now in this team compared to the first quarter, energy. Energy's low. Offensive line is not getting off blocks and striking, but you see the opposite. You see New Hampshire's defensive front, the big guys, 98, 92, they're utilizing their hands, they're being physical, they're shedding blocks and making plays. Phoenix need to dig deep here because New Hampshire's definitely rolling, and they are finding the looks that they really want to execute on.
Hardy in motion. Salopek drops back. He'll flip one to Cody Hardy, who is simply knocked out of bounds. And the guy that'll provide the hammer, if you will, is Wande Owens. The Yale transfer playing that weak safety role. Hardy makes the catch, but Owens quickly closing ground.
I mean, that's a big catch there by Hardy just to continue to just try to get his team a few yards there. But that's a good pop. I mean, a guy like that, you got to bring the heat a little bit and get him out of bounds and get him down. And that's exactly what happened there. So 3rd and 5 here for the Phoenix.
New Hampshire looks like they may be wanting to bring pressure. Now all of a sudden they'll switch things up defensively.
Oh, boy.
And whistles on the play before the snap. And they'll have a false start whistled on the Phoenix.
Offense, number 76. 5-yard penalty. It's 3rd down.
7th penalty for 62 yards for Elon. And so back it up to the 10-yard line after the 5-yard penalty.
Didn't see it necessarily there, but I couldn't see Jack's left side, but not Jack, but Zane's left side there. But now the Phoenix are in a situation they don't want to be in.
And now whistle's thrown, and I believe Silver's going to give it right back on it offsides.
Yeah. Offside. Defense, number 8. 5-yard penalty. It's 3rd down.
When you started the afternoon with 30 sacks for your time in New Hampshire and 52 tackles for loss, you're pretty good at trying to guess snap counts.
And that's a great job by Jabril Williams there, because realistically, Duska kind of pointed. He didn't get out of his break. But that's what, Jabril's telling him. In those moments, you got to jump in those moments to get those yards back. And that's what he was kind of motivating there, Luke Duska, to understand. You got to make that move.
2 wides to each side. Salopek on the afternoon, 13 for 22. Jack looking and cannot find anybody. And the guy who gave 5 yards to the Phoenix gets it back on the Silver sack. And just like that, the Phoenix are forced into the 3 and out. And now Josiah Silver starting to pile things up. 5 tackles, including 2 sacks and 4 for a loss.
I am so confused by the offensive scheme there. Like Luke Duska, bless him, he's doing everything that he can, but that is not a matchup, especially for a first-time starter, and you're putting him in that situation one-on-one on that block. He's not going to win those battles. You have to provide help in that situation, to go 2 tights or something, but that's not going to be successful, and Silver's doing a great job. That's what great players do. He's making them pay.
Yerk boots it away. He'll at least get New Hampshire a start on their side of the 50 when the Wildcats roll on. New Hampshire, 22nd in the media poll, has reeled off 17 straight to lead by 7 at Rhodes.
Hampton Farms peanuts, roasted with delicious flavor inside the shell. Available in salted, unsalted, and Cajun hot in the produce section of a grocery store near you. Shell, yeah.
We all have our own way of getting business done. You know how to wow them. We know how to help turn your big ideas into reality.
Loved your plan to expand the business. Here's what I can do.
Atlantic Union Bank. Any way you bank.
Some things in life are hard. Buying a car shouldn't be one of those things. And that's why more and more people are choosing modern Toyota in Winston-Salem. Modern makes it easy, with over 900 new Toyotas to choose from. And you'll always get our lowest possible price. The friendly staff at Modern will help you choose the right Toyota for your needs. And our simplified paperwork makes it easy. We'll even deliver your new Toyota straight to your door. Get started today at moderntoyota.com.
Experience the modern difference.
Hampton Farms peanuts, roasted with delicious flavor inside the shell. Available in salted, unsalted, and Cajun hot in the produce section of a grocery store near you. Shell yeah.
We all have our own way of getting business done. You know how to wow them. We know how to help turn your big ideas into reality.
Loved your plan to expand the business. Here's what I can do.
Atlantic Union Bank. Any way you bank.
With Kyrie Walker and Hannah Brady, I'm Taylor Durham. Glad to be with you on the second Saturday in October. Only time the Phoenix will be home in the month. A date in the capital city of the Empire State awaits next week. And then the Tidewater of the Commonwealth and homecoming in Hampton on the Saturday before Halloween. Before the Phoenix are back here for 2 of 3. Homecoming against the Camels on the 2nd. Senior Day on the 16th. You get a look at our friends from Hawthorne at Brightwood Farm. Is Seth Morgan ready to go? He'll simply shoot one out. It is incomplete, intended for Drew Danson.
Yeah, big play there for the Phoenix. Just kind of making sure that they're getting in Morgan's face. I mean, good read there. You know, tight end stumbling a little bit, wasn't expecting the ball, but just getting it away. No need to force it right now for Morgan as he feels like his team has a 7-point lead. They're in pretty good field position. No need to potentially have a turnover. Just, you know, kind of throw it away, toss it away there. Now it's 2nd and 10 here for the Wildcats.
Dylan Tucker's got the lone miscue of the afternoon for the Phoenix on the Morgan interception.
This is where the defensive line is going to have to make a play here because, once again, New Hampshire has been rolling primarily with their run game.
Morgan will hand it off. This is Seed. He'll turn the corner and across the midfield stripe to the 49 of the Phoenix, potentially the 48, but a gain on the play of 4. By the way, earlier you saw the Hawthorne at Brightwood Farm logo pop up. Think about finding your new home, then look no further than the newest property within a 10-minute drive to campus. Hawthorne at Brightwood Farm, located on Highway 70, the life you deserve and a place to live it. Our thanks to Patrick Cunningham, Ben Olmeyer. Full cast of thousands has been gathered for this fall break Saturday on the technical side. We appreciate all they've done.
Yeah, this is a big third down here for the team. Give the offense a few cracks on trying to get back into this game.
Pressure coming. He'll zip one out, and it is knocked away. Jesse Powell comes away with the slap. Caleb Burke, the intended receiver. And boy, pressure going right up the gut forces Morgan to make the errant throw. But now, stoppage in play, and all of a sudden, whistles pointing in the direction of the Phoenix. So says Tulu Olajede, the left tackle and the senior from Lawrenceville, New Jersey.
I don't think there's a penalty there, but I think that, as an old man, that is frustrating. Jesse Powell, you made a great play, buddy. Put your hand down.
Let's more like conduct. Defense, number 26. This is his first of the game.
Yep.
15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Jesse Powell will get flagged for the 15-yarder after the play.
CD, I'll say this. Some people may say that's not much. Put your shirt down. You're down 7 points. Get off the field. That is just unnecessary football for the Phoenix there. That's another boneheaded penalty that you put your offense or defense in a bad situation. That was unnecessary in every way, shape, or form. Once again, the Phoenix are beating themselves because that's the opportunity to get the ball back, and now you're going to lose precious time because something just unneeded. So, first down for the Wildcats.
Yep, 1st and 10 at the 35, and all of a sudden the door closes. Sinquavius Alstabrooks on Isaac Seed to make the stop. Loss of 1 on the play. It'll make it 2nd and 11.
Defense is going to have to make some plays to try to get the ball back to their offense quickly. And New Hampshire is just going to continue to burn clock as much as they can because they feel like their defense is winning the matchup with their offense. They shut it down in the last 3 quarters. So it's going to be important to make a stop.
You just feel like you've got to get the multiple miscues this afternoon.
Yep. You have to. You absolutely have to. So that's making sure everyone's rallying to the ball, getting the ball out, taking advantage of those moments. Because right now, New Hampshire's just they're perfectly content with what they're doing.
2nd down and long. Morgan flushed out of the pocket. Josh Johnson will watch him flip one in the air. Laura recovers. Live ball. And Jake Laura rumbling down the field inside the 20. down to the 17-yard line. We didn't script it, but there's the second miscue of the afternoon.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see when they kind of look at that on the way back. Jake Laurel, who's had some rough moments, but that's an outstanding job by 55, picking up the ball and just instead of just falling on it, going to make a run there. So, and I know he's tired. He is exhausted, but that's an outstanding
rumble there. The ruling
rumble
on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense. The previous play is under further review.
And just in case you don't know, 6'1", 282 pounds, the fourth-year junior from out of Wall, New Jersey. He is part of the 55 Brotherhood, and the guy next to me is in the same club.
Yeah, I just, he need to put the ball in his outside hand a little bit. And just, I think I would have scored, if we're being honest in this situation. But I think that's big on Jake. Now, I will say, just kind of looking at the review here, once again, Morgan, just take the hit, buddy. I don't think that's a fumble. I think that's going to be ruled as an incomplete pass in that situation. But, I mean, that is the spark that I think this team needed. And to get Laurel running down the field like that, hopefully that sparks up this offense and a great opportunity for him. But Seth Morgan here, buddy, you just got to eat that. You have to absolutely eat that. You're up. You have all control of the game. That could have been devastating. Especially if we have no idea what this call is going to be, but that's just...
Watch where his arm is going. Is it going forward? He simply avoids Johnson. Well, I tell you what, Kyrie, it's difficult to tell, and that's, once again, we told you earlier, a great camera work.
Absolutely.
Cast of thousands with Elon Sports Vision. On the replay side of things and the camera side of things, we'll introduce you to the full group once again before we say good afternoon. You taught me a long time back, indisputable video evidence. I keep going back to that phrase when I look at that shot right there.
I think looking at how his arm is going, if we're looking at it from an unbiased view, I think it's an incomplete pass in that situation. But, I mean, it's a bang-bang play. And remember, they called it a fumble on the field. So that's going to be a real big part here if this is going to be if it's going to stand or not. But it seems as they're going in the direction of it may be incomplete just looking at the reaction of Coach Edwards here.
The only thing that I would tell you is, and this is just me, the layman guy and everything else. It does not look like he gets it to the top. It looks like it is not coming forward. It looks like it's still back. It's helped to the top because of the fact that Josh Johnson almost sacks it. But it doesn't look like he gets it to the top by himself.
And that's where I'm a little that's where I think it's open to interpretation. That's why they're taking a lot of time here trying to really assess it. But once again, I would say this: if you're taking that much time and looking at it, that kind of tells me that it's inconclusive. But you had to go with the call on the field, which was a fumble. So I think they want to make sure they get this right. But if there's nothing that's really showing, considering the length of this review as well, it'll probably be Phoenix ball. But once again, I have been wrong at this a lot, whether you're listening from Elon or New Hampshire. Don't listen to me on this. I have been wrong ample times.
You gave some really impressive numbers earlier.
I tried.
Like
I tried.
2 for what?
Listen, and there have been clear ones that I felt very confident about, but I was loud and wrong. So
what
once
was
again,
it? 2 for 7,000?
7,426. Like that's where we've been. So we'll see what happens here. But looking at what New Hampshire's doing, I don't think it was conclusive evidence.
No.
After review, the ruling on the play stands. First down for Elon.
Jake Lauro returns the fumble inside the red zone. And just like this, the Phoenix, who have kind of scratched and clawed all afternoon, led by 10 early, now trail by 7, get maybe their best look of the day with 9:24 left.
Now what are you going to do? That's great. Let's celebrate. 17 yards of pay dirt, but you have a New Hampshire defense that has been stingy for the last 2.5 quarters. So the Phoenix need to figure it out, bring out their best plays because they need this and they need this bad. The momentum is now on their side. What's going to happen?
Rashawn Baker will stand next to Salopek. Jack on the afternoon, 13 for 22, a $118. Snap, play action, Salopek rolls the pocket. He'll flip it down to Cody Hardy, who simply walks the tightrope, but they'll say incomplete, did not have control when he found his way into the sideline. Jackson Downing in coverage for the Wildcats.
Cody Hardy was trying to like dance, keep his feet in. Oh yeah, and he just dropped the ball. I mean, that could have been just a few yards that they needed to get things rolling. But once again, it's second down. And Phoenix, I think throwing a quick pass across the middle, across Jack's face is going to be important, because I guarantee the D linemen are getting their pass rushers ready to try to make this a loss.
Need we remind you, Burko's missed his last two. Salopek will fake the jet sweep. He'll keep it himself and runs over a Wildcat defender to the 10-yard line before the stop can be made. Coming up to make the tackle is Brandon Ty, the free safety, the senior from out of Lowell, Mass.
Yeah, I mean, that's just great by Jack. Offensive line there just trying to create an opening. There was one there, and he's just trying to make something out of very little in that situation. But it's third down here, and I think for the Phoenix, this is 2 down. This is 4 down territory. They know they need 6 on this drive, and they need to make sure that they get it on the board as quickly as possible.
Middle of the field on the afternoon. Snap. Salopek once again will fake the handoff and will keep it himself to keep it in the middle of the field. And he will be upended, Downing, as well as Zach Guerin come up to make the stop. So make it 4th down. And the Phoenix have made the call to go for it on 4th and let's call it 5 from the 12-yard line.
TD, I don't know what that play call is. With all due respect, Jack Salopek, he just ran a draw in that situation. New Hampshire sitting on it, and then is just that has not been a battle for them. The run game hasn't essentially been there in a lot of areas. You want to get closer and you put yourself farther away, so now it's 4th and 5.
Salopek, straight drop. Here comes the pressure, and Jack cannot get away. Silver with the sack. By my count on the afternoon, it is Silver's 4th sack of the afternoon, his 5th tackle for a loss. And Kyrie, the red zone doldrums continue for the Phoenix. They are now 9 for 15 on the season and 0 for 3 this afternoon.
I mean, all the momentum on that side. That goes back to the 3rd down play. I just have no idea what that play call was in that situation. Once again, give it up to the New Hampshire defense. They're in the backs against the wall, all the momentum going against them. They just made plays, but the Phoenix it just did not necessarily make sense of what they needed. You have Rashawn Baker, you have a run game, and you kind of just put a lot on the legs of Jack Salopek in that situation. And then once again, you're in a clear passing situation. Your tackles have been getting beat all day. You go to that, that's just asking for trouble. I mean, the Phoenix have just kind of put themselves and kept themselves in tough situations, and now they're relying again on their defense.
Burke in motion for the Wildcats across the formation on 1st and 10. Handoff given to Seed, and boy, Seed just simply runs right into an absolute wall. Brandon Smiley, 3rd-year sophomore from out of Riverside in Durham, and the former Catamount from Cullowhee. Also 1 on the play. Phoenix have given up, Kyrie, a grand total of 36 rushing yards and 139 yards total, and yet trail by 7.
Yeah, I think it's really tough. Defense has competed a lot, but once again, it's just outside of that one drive in the 3rd quarter where New Hampshire put 7 up and they just kind of beat themselves. They played a pretty good game of football here today, but it's just they have to keep fighting, give their offense a chance. They have the playmakers to do it, but this is going to be tough, especially considering how the New Hampshire defense is playing.
And Seed simply runs right into a wall on the 2nd down play. Brandon Smiley there. Amari Brown, Dylan Pardue a little bit late to get to the party, as well as Marco.
I'll tell you this, TD, I think New Hampshire's perfectly fine. They're not going to put any additional pressure. They're okay because they have seen what their defense has done for the last 3 quarters. So they don't, especially after that last interception, I'm guaranteeing the message to Morgan is don't lose it. You have a defense that's good enough to win it, that's winning. So make Elon earn it, and that's what they're looking to do.
Clock running, Morgan straight drop, looking, shoots one out, pass is caught. Tomlinson who will make the grab, and let's wait and see. Tomlinson got up and tried to help off of the spot, and it'll simply be moved back. I got to believe this is a little bit short, and indeed it will be. Something you and I have noticed throughout the last month. Folks are not getting forward progress called these days, and so New Hampshire will simply huddle up and punt it away.
You know, they got to go safe in this situation. If Elon better be aware and wake up, that punt safe is going to be out there because, you know, New Hampshire just knows if they can get the first down here, they're going to burn a lot of clock. So the Phoenix need to get down. They need to get set. They need to make sure they're not jumping off sides with discipline because New Hampshire's just going to play that way.
And now all of a sudden timeout has been called by Rick Santos, and we will keep
First
it
charge timeout,
right here with
New Hampshire.
5:49
30-second timeout.
left to play. We mentioned earlier, 40-year-old native of Bellingham, Massachusetts, born in Norwood and a 2007 graduate of New Hampshire. Kyrie, he is one of 4 retired jerseys in school history. That happens when you're a 3-time Walter Camp All-American and you throw it for, please forgive me, Scott Riddle numbers. 14,000 plus yards of total offense and 123 passing touchdowns.
The kids call that a dog, and that's pretty much it, right? And I think one thing I've loved about Coach's style, he hasn't been flustered, right? New Hampshire came out and did not come out with the energy that they were expecting, especially after last week's of Harvard. But once again, they just trusted their process, they trusted their team, and they just have executed really well. And now they're with a 7-point lead with a little bit under 6 minutes left in the game.
Lahane's been a difference maker in the special team side as well. He will boot it away. A spiraling kick. Bryson Scott will field it on the fair catch, and that is where the Phoenix will take over. 179 yards of total offense for the Phoenix for the ball game. 61 on the ground and 118 through the air. Just a quick note, in case you're late joining us, welcome in, glad to have you. By my numbers, in the second half, Phoenix have snapped 14 plays for -8 yards.
Yeah, and it's considering how the Phoenix started this game on those first 2 drives, that's extremely disappointing for everyone affiliated or here today. So, but there's an opportunity to right a lot of those wrongs. They have 5 minutes to do so, and they need to make plays, and they need to make them fast.
Salapack on play action. He'll look deep. Got a man out there. It's Brayboy, and it's simply right through the mitts. Chandler was going to have to work through coverage, but the opportunity was there. Caleb Mead and Brendan Ty almost got put on the poster.
Chandler Brayboy has been a phenomenal, a legend in the Elon uniform. This season, he's just been plagued by the drops. That is directly in the breadbasket. That is a beautiful ball by Jack Salapack. And as a captain, as a leader, he has to make that play, and he knows that. That's why the reaction after the play, he knew that would have been big to get this offense really rolling. But, you know, it's a drop. You got to erase it, get back to the next play. 2nd down for the Phoenix.
Brayboy on the afternoon, 5 for 72. Handoff given to Thomas. TJ finds his way. Across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Gain on the play will be of 7 to make it 3rd down and 3. Phoenix defense has given this offense an opportunity, Kyrie, to not have to work at a amped up pace, but certainly need to be mindful because you'd like to get more than just this look.
Yeah, you absolutely want another opportunity here. So, I mean, just looking at the tempo, they're moving at a really comfortable pace. You like to see that expedited a little bit, but it doesn't matter. They have to convert this 3rd down here.
Under 5 minutes left. Phoenix trying to avoid a 4th straight loss at home and a 4th straight loss on the year. Shuttle pass to Thomas. TJ has got room, got a lane. He'll simply make a man miss at the midfield stripe and take it into Wildcat territory. May not be pretty, but doggone it, it was effective.
That took me back. That took me back to my playing days where we loved that shovel pass, and I hated it because it stresses me out so much. But when you have 20 who can move like that, it's a great play and a great move there by the Phoenix.
33 yards for TJ Thomas. He'll take the carry following on the next snap. And the guy who started the day is the 2nd-ranked freshman in terms of all-purpose yardage. Gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Phoenix, as you can tell, they're getting up the line. They have to move with pace. That clock is ticking. It's under 4 minutes now, and they understand they need 7. They put 7 on the board to get themselves back into this.
Charlie Mill and Chandler Brayboy at the bottom of your screen. Jamarian Dalton at the top. Out of the pistol look. Play action. Salapack looking, now flush. Jack got to go. He'll tuck it and go, and then baseball slide inside the 35, and he is hit after the play. Wande Owens simply contacts him around the helmet. Phoenix were looking for the flag, none forthcoming. It'll be third down, and once again, you would think 2 down in the territory, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But great job there by Braden Walker in that situation, coming back, just kind of making sure he's putting a body on the defensive line because that was almost a free shot there for Gardner Young. But great job by B. Walk as a freshman getting there, utilizing his size. But third and medium here, but it's 2 down territory for sure.
17-10. New Hampshire scored 17 straight as Salopek whips one out. Pass is caught. Dalton makes the grab and does so at the first down mark. It'll move the chains. Elon does not need to worry about the 4th down opportunity. Phoenix now on the afternoon, 5 for 15 in third downs.
We're looking at 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in this ball game, and the Phoenix are still, they're comfortable with 3 timeouts, but they want to kind of make sure they're getting the plays that they need and continue to wear down this New Hampshire defense that's been very, very strong here in the second half today.
Salopek. Boy in the slot to the top of your screen.
Oh my goodness.
And the bad snap all the way back to the midfield stripe. TJ Thomas will simply land on it. Kevin Burkett just simply lost one.
TD, that's not on the coaching staff. That's not on the play. That's a bad snap of someone who's played plenty of football. You can't have that. And if I'm not mistaken, TD, I think that's Jabril Williams who moved to center for that play. You can't have that from the captain.
Timeout.
Pardon me, I almost told you the guy from Gatlinburg, but instead it's the guy from Statesville who this evening starts his 42nd ball game in an Elon uniform. He's put the Phoenix in a 2nd and long. Back we come to Rhodes Stadium. Elon down 7 and driving.
Some things in life are hard. Buying a car shouldn't be one of those things. And that's why more and more people are choosing modern Toyota in Winston-Salem. Modern makes it easy with over 900 new Toyotas to choose from. And you'll always get our lowest possible price. The friendly staff at Modern will help you choose the right Toyota for your needs. And our simplified paperwork makes it easy. We'll even deliver your new Toyota straight to your door. Get started today at moderntoyota.com.
Experience the modern difference.
At McGurk's Pub, you'll feel the Philadelphia brotherly love in the food and atmosphere. Home to the tidal wave and the best cheesesteak south of Philly. McGurk's also has a local craft beer selection that pairs perfectly with our delicious nachos. Bring your friends and family to McGurk's, the best eats and atmosphere in Eli.
Great medicine and world-class athletics come together at Duke. The Urbanic Sports Science Institute leads this collaboration in treating all sports-related issues from injuries to improving performance. We pride ourselves on offering the best clinical care for all athletes, all ages, and all skill levels. To learn more, visit dukehealth.org or call 919-813-6860.
359 yards between the two teams. 2 minutes left to play. Phoenix down 7 but driving. The Jabril Williams snap over the top of Salopek's head, though, makes it 2nd and a country mile, 2nd and 29. Back after the 2-minute timeout. Salopek, straight drop. He'll simply look to heave one. Ball pops out. Burkett falls on it. But New Hampshire with another sack, their 7th of the afternoon.
And Jack is going for the home run in that situation. You got to get the ball out with this pass rush. These guys are making moves. They're finding it, and he's taking a big hit, drops the ball. Luckily for the Phoenix, they get on it. Once again, New Hampshire's front has been phenomenal today.
3rd down and long, and now whistles to stop play. Let's wait and see what the call is.
Second charge timeout, New Hampshire.
New Hampshire is taking the charge timeout, and indeed that is the case. Phoenix right now are trying to hold
reset the game clock to 1:33.
All of their timeouts so that Elon can use them on the defensive side. And certainly Rick Santos and the New Hampshire Wildcats will try to burn time when they get the football back. Elon faced with a 3rd and 33. We mentioned earlier Santos played at UNH, and you talk about the longevity of a program at the FCS level. There have been 3 head coaches in Durham, New Hampshire in the last 54 years. Bill Bowes, 27 years, college football Hall of Famer. Sean McDonald, Coach Mack, 23 seasons. He's part of 14 straight FCS playoff berths. And New Hampshire trying to take a step this afternoon to their 2nd in the last 7 years. Salopek tees it up, now pressure coming. Jack's got to escape across the midfield stripe, and then he'll simply run it out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Gain on the play will be of 11, but it'll make it 4th down and 22, and the Phoenix down 7. The opportunity here is pretty plain and simple, Kyrie.
Yeah, I mean, even with 3 timeouts left, there's a minute 25 left in the game. So the Phoenix are going to have to pull a miracle out in this type of situation. But once again, just watching how the New Hampshire defense has really hunkered down. I mean, you go back to those 2 missed field goals. You go back into the block punt and the touchdown right before half, giving momentum. The Phoenix are going to look at this and they're going to be disappointed if they can't convert here, because they had a first half that was really strong, but just missed opportunities, and the Wildcats took advantage.
Salopek looking to zip one out, and it is intercepted. Picked off by New Hampshire. It is Duncan Moreland who recovered the blocked punt in the opening half, and now Moreland finds his way to the touchdown, and the Phoenix, who will win the turnover margin this afternoon, turn it over for the first time on the afternoon, and New Hampshire will have it 1st and 10 with a $1:12 left and up 7.
I mean, obviously, in that situation, Salopek's just trying to make a play, considering how long those 22 yards he was trying to get in order to get to the first down. But once again, a lot of credit to this New Hampshire defense. That they have just truly shut down this offense after 2 great drives to start the game. I mean, TD, if you look at it, until the last drive, realistically, the Phoenix haven't really put anything together, and that just really shows how New Hampshire locked in and played to the level and the caliber of defense that they were capable of, and the offense just took advantage of miscues of the defense and special teams and put points on the board.
Burke in motion, handoff given to Seed, and he'll simply be tracked down. Paterno on the tackle. You would think Elon will burn their first charge timeout, and indeed they will. So you take the timeout after the 2nd down play. You take the timeout after the 3rd down play. Potentially you can get it back with 50 seconds, maybe 40?
Maybe.
But out of timeouts, and with a guy who makes his first start this afternoon for your program, his 11th start overall after the 4 years in Western Michigan. 15 of 27, a $157 and an interception. The Phoenix run game has been held in check. 31 carries for 61 yards, but if you take away the long touchdown run by Thomas, 30 carries for 22 yards. On 2nd down, give is to Seed. Seed will be once again hit behind the line of scrimmage. And timeout once again asked for by the Phoenix. Just 5 seconds
Elon
goes off the clock, Kyrie. And that'll make it 3rd and long. Let's make it 3rd down and say 18 back at the New Hampshire 42.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to give a lot of credit to the Elon defense. They've had spots, especially in that first drive, the 3rd quarter, where they just kind of, they were out of character, just making a lot of bonehead, silly mistakes and penalties. But outside of that, these young men have put on a performance today that they can be proud of. They played really hard. I mean, New Hampshire has 141 yards of total offense, 141, and they have a 7-point lead with a minute left. Like, that just shows how the Phoenix are going to turn on this film, especially from a defensive standpoint. And they played hard, but just looking at the change and just looking at that 14-point swing realistically between the 2nd quarter and the 1st drive of the 3rd, or 2nd drive of the 3rd, they've just taken advantage of their moments, and that's what they've done today.
0 for 2 in the red zone. Burko's missed a couple of field goals. Yerkes had a punt blocked. Snap given to Seed, and Seed will simply find his way back to the UNH 45. And the Phoenix will burn their final timeout. So,
final charge timeout for Elon. 30-second timeout.
UNH will now punt it away. Sean Lahane will do the honors. Guy who came in third best in the league. He has simply improved that number this afternoon. 6 punts, a 49.5-yard average.
Number 60 for New Hampshire is now reporting as number 40.
So the Wildcats having to work through a few different roster card numbers. It's always good when
Correction, number 5 is now number 60.
Paul Mann Overton lets us know that 60 is reporting at 40, and there is no 60 and there is no 40 on the card. Logan Tomlinson will be the guy that will report instead of 5. He'll be in 60. Lahane ready, the snap, he'll get it away, a wobbling kick. Bryson Scottle fielded, and then simply goes to the ground to try to conserve as much time as possible. But that's where the Phoenix will start. First down and 10 from their own 17. Mathematics are pretty simple.
Yep.
No timeouts left.
Yep.
And the Phoenix have got to have 7 to tie and send it to an extra frame.
Well, just looking at the receiver sets here, and if I'm the biggest worry is you got to look at the offensive line and the battle with this defensive line that they've been beaten up. And if we know anything that's going to happen on this last drive, Silver and Ruiz are going to get low in their stance. They're going to fire off, and they're going to bring their best pass rush moves to just try to make it a little uncomfortable for Jack. So he can't just
number 60 is now reporting as number 5 for New Hampshire.
It's fascinating. Logan Tomlinson is not the guy they were talking about. Instead, the guy they were talking about was Wande Owens, who simply comes in on special teams and is now back on the defensive end. Salopek ready. Here comes the pressure, and absolutely nowhere to go. New Hampshire has started to crank things up on the defensive end. Neil Politano, the senior from out of Jacksonville, Florida, gets the sack that time. By my calculation, on the afternoon now, it is sack number 8. And Salopek on the carry, back to the to the 3-yard line for a gain of 1 to make it third down and 25. Salopek looking, he'll flip one out, caught by Jamarian Dalton. He'll step out of bounds with 7 seconds left. We'll see you next Saturday on the Varsity Network app. The capital city of the Empire State. Audio-only broadcast. The good doctor's got some officiant duties to take care of next Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Both of us send our best to former Elon wideout Sean Jeffcoat and former member of the Elon cheer team and Lauren Van Fleet. On their impending nuptials next Saturday is Jamarian Dalton with the grab. He'll simply find his way to the 30 before being knocked down, and that will end things. The Phoenix, who jump out to a 10-0 advantage in the opening quarter and a half. TJ Thomas's 39-yard touchdown run. Give the 22nd ranked team in the country all the credit in the world. 17 straight. And New Hampshire finds their way to their first win inside Road Stadium since 2000.